everybody, what's going on? Hope you're having a safe and awesome week. Good to see you all. I don't have a whole lot to talk about tonight outside of Superman. Just letting you know it's going to be very DCU heavy tonight. I do have a couple of housekeeping things. Uh, First and foremost, y'all, they're both with me damn near every single week. So make sure if you have not yet, you go sub up to Weird Ups. First and foremost, that's the first thing I want to do. Secondly, because I want to give everyone nightmares, because I've had nightmares about this already. Sunday, Father's Day, which happy Father's Day to the fathers out there, whether you're biological or you stepped up or you're a mom taking the role, dad, you're appreciated. Derek, what's going on, man? Uh, 10 to midnight Eastern, which would be 9 to 11 Central. I'm almost scared to show y'all this, but I'm going to. I've been subjected to it, so I guess I'm going to do that to everybody here. Kyle and Henri are going to get together for a sales show that they're going to have games where you have chances to win like great prizes, including like discounts on big books. Okay. Now, when Kyle first told me about this thumbnail, he had it flipped. But man, here you go, y'all. Just my goodness. I think the thing that disturbs me the most about this is Henri's face almost fits. Like the top of the hairline with Vanna is perfect. His face almost fits in that picture, and that's horrifying. But great job as always by Kyle. Kyle crushes these thumbnails. Uh, there's the link to the experience, just in case. It's also pretty sure it's also in the description of the video, but I didn't do all that stuff. I keep forgetting to do all of that technical jargon before we start the live. So once we end, I'll have to go back and add all this stuff. That might be why not a whole lot of people watch, which is fine. Like we do these just for fun. I know usually I push comic book YouTube channels, but there's a couple of channels that I enjoy that I really want to talk about. Um, the first one being the Horror Geek. The Horror Geek does a show called Sick Flicks where he picks random movies. Some are very terrible, some are very good, but his commentary throughout is hilarious. He just hit 100,000 subs today. Uh, so if you're into horror, check out the Horror Geek. I would say Dead Meat, but again, if you're a horror fan, you already know about Dead Meat and the Kill Count. But check them out too if you haven't, because they're awesome. Um, Another one I want to talk about is two. The next two actually I learned about thanks to Robbie and Pop Culture Philosophers, and the first one is Blood Splatter Chatter with Verno. They review horror movies. They usually have Robbie and other guests on. Let's see, and the other one is Dylan's Horror Show. He's a smaller one, but still, if you're a horror fan, these are definitely channels you want to check out. Um, I'm going to bring on my co-host here in a second. We're going to be a dynamic duo tonight for just a little while, I think, unless some other people want to hop in, or the guy that's watching football. Hoping your team wins, Ed. But anyway, I want to go ahead before I bring him on. A couple of Kickstarters that just want to remind people about. I know the beginning of the show is always a bunch of links, but his name is Wrath from Bad Bug. I think they have about 4 days to go on that one. Then you have my personal favorite, the one that I had to back. I think this is the only one that I've backed this month. But Murder Mary. I am so excited for this book, y'all. I can't even describe it. I think that's only got like 40 something hours left, or maybe it's more than that. Who knows? I sometimes don't pay the best attention, which I should. So give me just a second here. I'm gonna check it because why not? Uh, 50 hours. 50 hours to go. They've made like 10 times the budget on this thing, so you're guaranteed a copy. So make sure you check that one out. We have almost done, guys. I promise. Almost done. Just want to get a couple of these out here before I forget. We got the pre-launch for "I Need Your Skin." That's the one that our buddy Joey Galvez and Brian Belando and Alan Dumford and Dave Lentz, all those folks are working on that one. Be sure to check that's the pre-launch. Make sure you click that notify me on launch button. We got Angel Hunter, which is already funded. This one is by Rich Davis, who has a show on The Experience on Tuesday, right after Minute to Skim It, called Welcome to Wonderland. But let's help him hit that stretch goal that he has. I think it's 25,000. Let's help him hit that so we can get that colorized version of that book. And then the last one I want to talk about, so I don't bore everybody to absolute death. If I can get the damn thing to work, hold on. There we go. Is going to be, oh my goodness. Technical difficulties live. Copy, save. Huh. The Little Red Ronin Collector's Edition hardcover. That one has 36 hours to go. And it's well past its goal, too. So if you're a fan of Garrett Gunn, this is definitely one to hop on. But anyway, now that I've put like 90 bajillion links in the chat there, let's go ahead and bring on one half of the Weird Opes, the dope part, I guess. Mr. Nope.
Oh, sorry. Dozed off for a minute.
Falling asleep from all those links I was putting in the chat. I get it.
What's happening, bud?
Not much, man. So before I get into the topic, I just gotta say, dude, y'all been crushing it for being a newer channel, man. Like over 2,000 views already.
Yeah. I mean, we got lucky with a couple of the shorts, definitely. The Monty Python one really took off, but it kind of leveled out. So it had its day in the sun.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I was telling Ed the last time I was talking to him, I said, look, I had an unboxing video I must have done 4 or 5 years ago, and took it, I think, until last year. Something about it just hit, and it took off. The last time it had a view, and I hadn't checked it since I talked to Ed, was last Saturday. So you never know with some of these videos, man. Somebody's going to find it a couple years down the road, and next thing you know, you're like, when did this thing get 300 more views?
Right.
But y'all are doing a great job, man. Again, I put their link. Their link was the first one I put up there.
Right.
Make sure you check them out. Tons of other stuff coming. They finally got verified, so super excited for that.
Be a little bit easier to get some stuff done.
Exactly.
I'm trying to keep steady with it, though. Keep something coming out steadily.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, consistency.
Yeah.
You know, put out, keep doing what y'all are doing. Y'all are doing fine.
Yep, we're having fun with it, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah, that's the best part. So, first thing I want to talk about is Jenna and I the other day have gotten our early pre-screen tickets for July 8th for Superman, and so excited. I've since they said the date of this movie, I'm like, man, I can't wait till July 11th. Now I get to see it a couple days earlier, and now I'm like, man, now I still can't wait. I'm so ready to watch this. I really hope that it blows me away. I'm not in the camp of it making $2 or $3 billion. If it breaks even, whatever, I just want it to be a good movie. Like
Right.
that's all there is to it. I want it to be good.
And I think it should have, pretty good start to it at least, because I mean, it being its own thing is probably its best thing going for it versus just trying to recast it and just do a continuation of what it was before, you know, just starting over. I know a lot of people are upset about it, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
you can
it
be happy
again,
about it or miserable.
yeah, I mean, I've said it before. When it first happened, I was excited for it, and then I was upset when I learned, we're basically rebooting the whole thing.
Yeah.
But that upset was more of I wanted to see the continuation of the story, not so much. What's up, Ed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not so much. I'm mad James Gunn has taken over, but after a while, I was like, I'm done with it. Like I understand that there are people out there that are just holding on to the other universe coming back. I really don't think it is. Like I wish everyone could just move on. They're just movies. Some of the hate that I've seen both sides giving each other for this is just insane to me. So if you're a person that doesn't like this movie, you're probably not going to like this stream. But if you want to stick around, that's fine. If you got opinions, as long as they're not hateful and you can make them, you can articulate 45-second delay. Awesome. That's fantastic. One of these days, when the channel blows up and we get rich, um, I might look into something else. But for now, let me make sure the volume's turned down on this because that's gonna be irritating. There we go. All right, so I got my phone pulled up. Maybe I can read the chat. Hey, what's up, Make Two? Um, but
Get a
yeah,
little bit quicker with it at least.
yeah. But I don't get it. As a fan of the Snyderverse stuff too, I'm like, guys, we're getting more Superman. I I don't know what else to say. And speaking of which, I got a ton of pictures. Probably everybody's seen these. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and me too. Me too, but I got a ton of these are just the posters. But want to start out and there are also folks out there that are talking about the production quality of everything and how all this stuff looks cheap. And part of me is like, well, aren't some of you the same people saying that WB and DC they don't have any money? So they're not going to be able to spend a whole ton by your own admission saying that they're broke. They're not going to have a ton of money to spend on like Alex Ross, posters or anything.
Right.
So they're going the simple route, and I think it works. So then there's the Clark. So obviously I had to do Superman.
And don't you think that maybe they're just kind of holding back on the final cut, what they want to show everyone until maybe that day?
Yeah.
Like this is still kind of rough to where they still could be tweaking stuff. Even. Maybe.
No.
Maybe not.
All I know is I think we've only seen like Act One of the parts of Act One of the movie. I don't think we've seen anything that's like we know the exact plot of the movie or anything just yet.
No, because I mean 2 hours, that's decent, quite a bit of story potential at least.
Yeah. I think a lot of moviegoers we got spoiled with having the 3 and 3.5 hour long epics of Marvel and stuff like that, and the old DCU stuff. Like it is one of these short. I think it's one of the shortest Superman movies out there. But again, you know, I just I got wait and see. I wish that was like everyone's kind of thought process on this. Let's wait and see. Because I said during the trailer reaction that I did a couple days ago, I said, you know what? If this is bad, I will say it's bad. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm just going to But if it's good, I'm definitely going to talk about that it's good. And I know I'm going to have people saying, well, why are you going to keep doing videos if it's good? Because if it's bad, I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to be upset because
Right.
it's a Superman movie. I want it to be good.
I'm just
If
gonna
it's
move on.
bad, yeah, I just want to move on if it's bad. I don't know yet. I'm excited for it. I don't think I'm going to be let down, but until, like I said before, until the end credits roll and the lights go up in the theater, I'm not going to say one way or the other that this movie is going to be the best Superman movie ever.
Right.
So
Everybody's gonna have their own opinion anyways. So what's best to
exactly,
you might not be best to me.
exactly, like 100%. Like before I go to the next one, I'll say this. Okay, so I remember the other day you and John Stout saying you weren't really big on Invincible, the cartoon.
It just didn't grab me at first,
It,
But I think I
yeah,
was doing other stuff too. So
yeah,
it wasn't necessarily something to be doing in the background kind of thing.
true,
Because obviously
true,
I'm not going to give it 100%.
yeah, and
Miss details, appreciate it.
yeah, and to me, I've said this. I'm not like I didn't hate watch Creature Commandos, but after the end, it just ended up not being like my favorite thing that he's done so far.
Yeah.
It's not like this is terrible and I hate this or anything like that. But for me, I'm like the opposite on what some people are like. Kyle doesn't like the Invincible cartoon at all, and I was like, in my personal opinion, I thought it was superior to Creature Commandos. But again, I'm more invested in the Invincible story.
Right.
Like I've never read a Creature Commando comic.
Neither have
Like
I.
so for me to be excited about Invincible, because when I got into Invincible was a year or two later they're announcing this stuff. So it wasn't like I was a fan all the way when it first came out, and I've been waiting, like Gears of War, waiting all this time to get Invincible stuff like that. So, so again, it's not that I don't like James Gunn's stuff. Like I said, Slither, some of the Trauma stuff that he worked on, Scooby Doo, like I love the Guardians. I love those movies, but Creature Commandos just wasn't for me. But that also doesn't mean that I'm not going to give the second season a shot. Because
Right.
you could have had, well, the first season didn't grab me. Maybe there's something in the second season that does.
Right.
So
It
I'm
might
still going to
tweak.
yeah, still going to give it a chance. But, there's a lot of these posters. I think I grabbed all of them. But we got what I believe is going to be one of the many breakout cast members in this, and that's Rachel Brosnahan. If y'all have never watched The Marvelous Miss Maisel, you really should give it a shot. She is fantastic in that show. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's what
I think
Sean
she's going to crush it.
Sean said that show was really good. I've never checked it out, but I like a lot of the actors and stuff that are in there. So
Yeah. Jenna was what, like, I can admit I haven't like watched it all the way through or anything, but there's sometimes when Jenna's watching something and I'm busy, I'll stop for a little bit and I'll watch. And the couple of episodes that I saw were fantastic. And I was like, man, eventually I need to put this on my ever growing list of stuff I need to watch, which
right.
is ridiculous. Like,
You've
I
had to
should be
buy a
ashamed.
couple of notebooks by now.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, I have notebooks with crap scribbled in them all over this office. And they're
Which
not
book
in
was
like,
that list in?
yeah, and they're not in any good order or anything, man. I got to search through books. I was like, man, I know I scripted this short out. Which book did I put it in? Yeah, I think she's gonna be awesome. The next guy, the guy that got to play Jimmy, I've only seen him in one of the Night of the Museum movies when he took over for the kid playing Ben Stiller's son. So I don't know much about him.
I guess that was the one of the later museum
I think
movies.
so. I think so.
But how many were those total? Like
Oh
three
my
or four?
goodness. 4?
Was it four? I
I
think I only
think.
seen two of them.
Let's see. There was Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian, Secret of the Tomb, Kamun-Ra Rises Again.
Yeah, I only seen the first one and then the one with Hank Azaria, which I think is the second one.
I believe so. Okay, Skyler was Ben Stiller's son in Secret of the Tomb. So like I guess the
Yeah, that would have been
third
after
one.
I seen.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh, I bet. First two are great.
Well, Ross, I can agree with you on that, but I can also say when he was depowered, that was the first time that a Superman was able to kick ass. Because I don't know if you watched Smallville, but every time Clark lost his powers, country farm boy like that shouldn't have gotten his ass kicked that much.
Right. He's still got some weight and some size himself.
Exactly. So, exactly. But, I get what you're saying. But the thing is, it's either Superman gets his ass kicked too much, or he's too OP and never gets his ass kicked.
Right.
Like there's a really tough balance act there. Oh, yeah, me too. Same. Not too deep. I'm just surface level excited because Superman. Then we got Perry White, and I don't know if anybody out there has watched Jack
Suits?
Ryan. Oh, he was in Suits?
I think. Is that the same guy I'm thinking? It looks like the guy who was in, I think he was in The Wire also.
I think that was the other thing. I knew him from the Jack Ryan show with John Krasinski.
Okay.
Which is an excellent show. Like before we had Reacher, we had Jack Ryan with John Krasinski, and that show was awesome too.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to do fine. Then we have some characters I can't believe they added, but I'm kind of glad they did. Steve Lombard for one thing, and I mean Beck Bennett. Steve, I'm really hoping we do the hair bit, the wig bit that they do in All Star Superman. Okay, he was Bunk in The Wire. Yeah. So excited for this one. I don't think he's not going to be like a main character in the movie. He's just part of the supporting cast. Then we have Cat Grant, which okay.
Mm-hmm.
Look, what I got a favorite storyline because I don't remember issues, but I talked about it pretty recently, I think. It's called Cat Grant's Revenge. It's when Toyman kills her son Adam, and she's basically seeking revenge. I've been saying for a while, I don't want them to copy Marvel directly, but I think Marvel did a very smart thing with their special presentations, and I think smaller stories like that would be great to put on that. Like we don't need a whole movie, we don't need a whole show of it, but just smaller, self-contained 3 to 4 issue arc stories as specials would be awesome, and I would love to see that
on the streaming service, not a movie.
Yeah. Because there are some stories that I think are better served doing the show route, but then when Marvel did those 2 special presentations that they did, I was like, well, those are kind of like mini movies. Very short, like 45-minute or so movies, presentations, whatever. Because I'd also want to see For the Man Who Has Everything, and that's when I think it's Mongol, but I cannot remember the character. I cannot remember the bad guy's name in that one.
Yeah, it's Mongol, and it's with his little death flower things.
Yeah, the alien plant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I love that on the Justice when they did that in the Justice League cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So something like that,
Heavy.
and they'd have the actors.
Heavy one.
Yeah, and they'd have the actors playing the parts in the presentation, just like Marvel's doing. So again, I don't want them to directly copy Marvel. I want DC to be different, but I still think that's a good idea for them to do things like that. And, I had to grab crypto.
Mm.
Crypto.
See,
There's a lot of, huh?
I was just about to say, seeing another preview of this yesterday while seeing how I met or how I train or how to train your dragon, and just whenever he's jumping on him, and he's like, "No, stop it, stop it!" It just cracks me up every single time he's yelling at him. Because I got puppies, so I can relate.
Jeez, yes, 100%. Like I said, there's people out there speculating that they're going to kill off crypto in this movie, and I'm like, y'all, relax. He's a big part of the Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got plot armor.
Yeah, so he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. Now, if crypto doesn't steal the show from Corn Sweat, here's who I think might. And that's Alan Tudyk is number 4.
Yeah, I heard that. That's awesome,
dude. And again, it still blows me away that there might be some CGI on top of this, but this is an actual animatronic. This is not all CGI. Like, that still just blows my mind that they did that. And the fact that it's almost like it feels like it looks like it's CGI. And then when you actually see it, it's like, oh, no, that's real. Like, they're kind of really blurring the line between the CGI and real with that one. I really, really dig where they're going with that. Then next we have a casting that I wasn't 100% on at first. And that was Nathan Fillion is Guy. Because a part of me was because he voiced Hal in so many of the DC animated things. I got it ingrained in my brain that he would be Hal. But the more I see, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, he's got that attitude. There's been complaints about some of the weirdest stuff gets complained about, y'all, and one of them is him doing the middle finger with the ring. I was like, man, we are really.
Was that a real cut though?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. There's a smack and then there's a middle finger one. It to me, I'm like, that's part of his attitude. He's a jerk. Like, there are so many people out there that don't like Guy to begin with. But then you have some folks like Ed that are huge fans of Guy, and Guy's the only Lantern there is. So some of these feel like just petty kind of attacks to where it's just like, we got to pick something because we're running out of stuff to say bad about it. Then we got another interesting one because people can say what they want about Black Adam. Okay, there's a lot of people. We've watched the movie several times. We enjoy it. It's not the greatest movie we've ever seen by any stretch of that word, but we enjoyed it. And the one thing I really enjoyed outside of Black Adam, I think I enjoyed the team, the Justice. I think it was the Justice Society, the JSA. I enjoyed that team. Like, all the characters on that team, especially the Hawkman they had, Aldous Hodge, his suit, the wings, the helmet, everything was just awesome. So I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to do these wings because I've heard they're organic, but I'm going to have to see how they work because if they're organic, they should technically be hanging off the back of her.
Right.
But
which kind of looks like you can see him there thing, but I think that's just the colors.
Yeah, I think that's just the color thing that they used. Then you got Mr. Terrific. Um, this guy looks exactly the same as when I saw him back in the first X-Men movie, the X-Men First Class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think this dude aged since then. And I was always butthurt about how they killed his character off so quick.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not really digging the chair thing that they have. But again, I'm not like a Mr. Terrific purist or have read a buttload of stuff he's been in. So maybe the chair is actually part of what he does or what he has.
Yeah.
But again, I think it's awesome that we're bringing in characters like this, because that means if we're getting characters like him down the road, we're bound to get some of the obscure ones that I think are underrated, like the Spectre or Dead Man or things like that, or Etrigan the Demon. So then we have Anthony Carrigan. This guy right here, he has been in so many superhero things. I mean, his portrayal of Zaz in Gotham is still my favorite. I still love the way he was in Gotham. He was on The Flash. He was on Arrow. Like,
see, and I don't remember him on those shows, but
a Flash, he was like a throwaway villain called the Mist, where he turned into like some poison gas.
oh, and he probably did like a go around him and put him in a wind vortex or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, earlier Carrigan is awesome. I've only seen clips because I know he's more famous as NoHo Hank on Barry, and I've only seen clips of Barry. Barry is another show that's on my list because I love Bill Hader. Yeah, yeah. The list of,
Winkler in there too.
There's so much. Yeah. Yeah, can't wait to see, because I mean, granted, y'all, I know there's going to be CGI involved with him, but the suit is practical. So got really big Ben Grimm vibes from the Fox Fantastic Four movies when it comes to, and not in a bad way. I don't mean that in a bad way,
right?
But I like the practicality.
Mm-hmm. Like, you believed Michael Chiklis was the thing whenever he was there, because he did the voice. Everything was practical. Nothing was faked. Essentially.
Then we got, I love this dude a lot. Frank Grillo is great. Again, first time I ever saw him was Captain America. You see him in the little Hail Hydra thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was also in a movie called Boss Level, which was just fantastic. If you haven't watched Boss Level, it's like Groundhog Day. Every time he gets killed, the day resets.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's an awesome movie. Yeah, him is. I'm trying to figure out. He can't be that much older than
the guy who played
Junior. I'm blanking on the name. Yeah,
I can't think of his name either.
I think he's Swedish though, so it's like an out there kind of name. It's not like a.
He was in that show Altered Carbon on Netflix, wasn't he?
Yes.
Thinking about, yeah.
He was in that. He was in the RoboCop remake that I never watched.
Yeah, that's right.
He's also been in a bunch of stuff that's like that they look cool. They look cool, but it's like Silent Night and like one where you can't talk, one where you can't hear. He's been in some kind of wild things, but
versatile stuff.
Yeah. And he was in oh my god, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was aliens that came down and they fed off power sources and they were like freaking zapping people, and if they touched you, you like turned to dust. Oh my goodness. I can't, man, I hate when I do that because I liked the movie, though it was kind of terrible. Man, I'm gonna have to look for that later because now that's gonna bug me. But yeah, excited to see what he does. I did enjoy his character in Creature Commandos.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make his hair more gray, like for the live action. Just considering they basically made him all gray in the animated stuff.
Yeah, again, that's a
It fit better.
whole thing where people were like, it's James Gunn's self insert. And I was like, well, whatever. The character
Oh,
was cool.
because of the hair color.
Yes.
Okay, I get you.
Eh,
But at the same
whatever.
time, he's in the theme.
Yeah.
They're animating himself, so I don't know.
Uh, this one I'm very interested in because I finished it not that long ago. I bought the Authority book one. This is definitely different than the one that's in the book, but the engineer. Um, I'm trying to figure out if this is a one of those things where the not so good guy but not bad guy is tricked into working for the bad guy situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Lex tells her, Superman's a threat and he's going to destroy the world, blah blah blah. Because while the Authority are good guys, they're not exactly good guys. They are follow our lead or we'll kick your head in kind of people.
Right.
So the thing that's exciting about this though is after reading the Authority, and I really really like the team. I'm like, it feels like the Authority movie's been kind of put on the back burner, but I'm hoping that eventually we get one because the characters are very interesting. Then we got a blast from the past. I cannot believe this. I know this is so stupid for me to be this excited for it, but we got Miss Teschmacher. It's such a random character to put in there. Like, I thought we were gonna get Mercy Graves, but the fact that they went with Eve Teschmacher, I don't know. The kid in me is like, that's. I want to hear Nicholas Holt yell out Miss Teschmacher, the way that Gene Hackman did.
You know what's coming. So they're going to put her
Oh
in there.
yeah, I can't wait. It's kind of like how they used. I want to say, I think they called her Kitty in Superman Returns. I can't remember the name of the character, but Parker Posey played her in Superman, the character in Superman
Oh,
Returns.
I
I,
know what you're talking about.
yeah, I'm kind of
It's
hoping
like,
they make her like that to where they kind of alluded to it in Superman that she's a little bit smarter than people give her credit for, but she hides it.
yeah.
So super excited. And I had to end it. I started it with Superman, had to end it with Lex, and I don't get why people aren't more excited for this. Nicholas Holt is a fantastic actor, fantastic, and going through and watching the trailer, which I've watched like 30 times. So yes, I'm one of those people that are going to watch it multiple times, and I hope that it hits a million, 3 million, however many million views. But just hearing, take about 20% off there, bud. Um, just hearing his line delivery of "I'm going to destroy you," and that reporter that you talked to, who raised you, I'll kill them too. I don't know if that's all the same conversation. Not yet. I don't know if that's all the same conversation, but just the line delivery there, just the nonchalant, "I'll kill them too." I can't wait to see what he brings. Like I know when we were doing the fan casting on Wednesday with Kyle. We somehow got on the subject of Lex because I wanted to use Michael Rosenbaum for Zaz because I was just like bald head and I've seen him act crazy in Smallville. I thought he'd make a good Zaz. People didn't agree, and that's fine. That's fine. It's a fan cast. It's just for fun. But you had people pop in the chat that said, Michael Cudlitz, and Ed said it before, Michael Cudlitz is his favorite Lex. For me, if I would have gotten, I didn't need the same exact amount of time because, I mean, Rosenbaum was in 7 or 8 seasons. But if I could have gotten a little bit more time with Michael Cudlitz's Lex, he probably would have topped Rosenbaum, just like Tyler Hoechlin topped Henry Cavill for me as live action Clark Kent Superman. Because Cudlitz did something completely different with the role, more menacing, more violent. Didn't send henchmen, did kind of his own dirty work. So I really enjoyed where he was taking Lex. Now, this seems to be like super smart, egomaniac Lex. I don't think we're going to get the too much worried about real estate and land with this one. So yeah, really excited to see.
Or a loony bin version.
Look, my head canon for that, because I cannot accept it almost any other way, is it what we saw was the clone of Lex Luthor that they passed off as his son Alexander Luthor Jr.
Yeah.
That's my head canon. I was like half expecting back then, I was like, we're gonna get somebody else. It's gonna be like Bruce Willis or somebody else is gonna be the real Lex Luthor. Because the Riddler Mad Hatter Lex Luthor that we got in the movie is a little much. Like, I know that Lex wasn't like initially like a mad scientist type, and I love Jesse Eisenberg, but he was just way too over the top for me when it came to being a Lex Luthor. Yeah. So it looked like they started to clean him up, but we never got the opportunity to see if anything else was going to come from it.
Yeah, because where did we get more footage from him? Was it at the end of Justice League?
I think so, because he was talking about we need to form, our own. Like, he basically said Legion of Doom. Yeah, because Joe Manganiello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just wanted to see that happen because I wanted to hear myself, because it would have been me, once they showed the headquarters. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
The Darth Vader helmet.
Yeah, exactly. So the next thing I got is just a set photo. Because again, look, I'm gonna agree with the minority with this one. I don't like the suits, but they're corporate suits. Okay, I don't think this is what these characters are going to be wearing throughout the entirety of this universe. Right. These are just, corporation, make them look the same suits. And again, looking at Anthony Kerrigan over there in the corner, just damn. Yeah, that looks really good. Now, I saw this. This will be the last Superman thing I got. I saw this because you asked me if I had any thoughts on who this was. And after seeing this on a show that I watched last night and seeing a still picture of it, I figured it out. So you got Superman holding Baby Joe. There's Crypto on the left-hand side. If you're watching dead on screen, it's the left-hand side.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it now.
And then that's Metamorpho.
Got the paw.
Yeah, and then you got Metamorpho on the right side.
Did you say Baby Joe?
Yeah, his son's name is Baby Joe.
Whose son?
Metamorpho. Yeah.
Okay.
Which opens up a lot of fan theories that what happened was that Lex had Baby Joe, and that's how they were making Metamorpho work for them. So, or he said, he's kidnapped Baby Joe, and he's told Metamorpho that Superman's the one that has your son. Just all kinds of craziness. So, again, there's so many fan theories about what's going to happen with this. Excited to see it now. Um, before I move on to the next topic, what were your thoughts on the? Now, apparently, it wasn't a final trailer, but everybody that I
Really?
saw that released it said final trailer.
Yeah.
Apparently, this was the tickets on sale trailer.
Oh, so they're even going to release out more stuff.
Maybe. I mean, it could be a final trailer, but I don't know. So, what'd you think of? Did you watch it?
The trailer that we just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. To whereas, what are you gonna do, Big Blue? All that. Yeah, I watched that one. Hold on one second here.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
These guys.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, that's the thing about doing live with pets, folks. They get kind of nuts sometimes. Yeah, anybody out there in the live chat right now, or if you're watching this on the rewind, which I greatly appreciate if you've made it this far, let me know your thoughts on the trailer. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did it make you excited? Or you kind of like blah on it now? Did it kind of kill your excitement? I really want to know. I just want everybody to be civil when they talk about this. Like, that's the only thing I ask. You can hate this movie all you want. All I'm asking is articulate your points. Don't just say this is dog water, this is trash, and then like move on. If you got a real argument to why you don't like it, that's fine. It's not going to be for everyone. I know. Just like Man of Steel wasn't for everyone. So again, I want to know people's opinions, but let's not make it into a flame war, okay? This isn't the 90s on a gaming chat board.
Or 3 a.m. on Call of Duty.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, I like of course, as soon as I start talking, I want to start barking again. But no, I like the trailer, and I feel like each time they add a little bit more, I'm feeling more endeared towards, Corn Sweat as Superman, because you're starting to see him more, just him more at his core, the relatable side of himself, or of Superman, But other than that, I think I'm going to try and cut back on watching the trailer as much, just because I don't want to dilute it too much and then go in kind of like Kyle said. I totally understand his argument about you have some preconceived notion of how the story is going to go, and then as soon as you go to see it, it wasn't anything like what you thought it was going to be, and then now you're either disappointed or you're just you couldn't appreciate it because you're expecting this. So
what's up, Tracy?
Hey, Tracy.
Yeah, well, I totally agree, and Kyle's very hard to nail down with a lot of things, but one of the things I know is he hates trailers. He hates them. He doesn't want to see anything. He got mad a while back, 'cause I can't remember what movie it was, but he was scrolling through TikTok, and I don't look at. I have TikTok, but I never look at it. But he thought he was seeing a clip of something, and it was the whole trailer. He was so mad. He texted me. TikTok just showed me a whole trailer. Damn it! I thought it was funny.
What drives me nuts about trailers is not so much that they show too much, because that's really on you how much you want to watch the trailer itself. Even if you skip watching any trailers the whole time that promotion's going on for a movie, and then you go to the theater and they show you a trailer to the movie that you're sitting there to watch, waiting to see in the opening, on screen, trivia stuff and everything, they show you a trailer and you're like, oh, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched any trailer, now it just blew the whole thing out of the water for you, or you're just, it's just slapping you in the face at that point if you have been watching it. So, because that was the other thing that happened yesterday is they're showing a preview to How to Train Your Dragon while we're sitting there waiting for the movie to start. It's like, I'm already here. I don't know what you're trying to sell me now.
So, real quick, non-spoilery thoughts on the movie.
It was great. Like,
Okay.
you walk out of the movie theater after somebody remade a movie and you're like, they cut out this part and they changed this and all that. But I walked out of there, just all kinds of good mood just because they were super faithful to the original story and really didn't change a whole lot at all. So, I mean, if you've seen the original, obviously spoilers are there, so, but as far as what they took out, very, very minimal from what you would expect to come out of there because, like, the dragon is perfect, wouldn't change it, up it, anything. It was just, it felt good to walk out of a movie happy about a remake for once.
Yeah, it almost feels like this was kind of getting the Lilo and Stitch treatment, where it was either people loved it
Yeah,
or there was no middle ground. They were like, this was terrible. They should, if you wanted to watch How to Train Your Dragon, just watch the original.
right.
So it doesn't matter. I
Apparently,
still want to see them both.
well, this is DreamWorks' first of their, I guess, if this does well, obviously they'll probably do more of some other franchise, but this is the first time that DreamWorks has ever turned any of their animated stuff into live action, apparently.
Hmm.
We've seen that on one of the posters walking in. It was like, oh, I guess we never thought about it. But
That is true. I'm now thinking about it. Yeah. Huh.
yeah, and the one thing that they had going for it was they didn't change the dragons too much from their animations much at all, like say Lion King did, to where they
Oh,
just kind of made it National Geographic with voices. You know,
gotcha.
just took out the your connection with the cartoon. Just kind of separated it, and you didn't feel as connected to each individual character. But
Awesome. Awesome. Good to hear. Like I said, I've heard things about Lilo and Stitch, and I'm like, I still want to see it just because it's Lilo and Stitch. That was just, I don't know. That's just one of those movies to me that we were watching that the other night. Or, well, I wouldn't say the other night. That's Texas talk for like, it could have been 2 months ago we watched it.
yeah, right.
But still hold up, still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's still a good movie. I love that cartoon. I just might wait until it comes out on streaming before actually going to see it. Just that way you can pause it, take breaks if you want to, or whatever.
Exactly. Exactly. So, the next thing on the list, I know this is old news, but a lot of this stuff is going to be old news for folks. But just in case you didn't know, Creature Commandos getting a season 2.
And how old is that news? Was it announced whenever they were still releasing the episodes, or
They might have been. I don't remember. I just was like, I basically went and searched DCU news,
yeah,
and I saw this, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So just in case nobody heard, renewed for season 2. I'm still gonna give season 2 a chance. Like I said, I wasn't like over the moon with the first season, but I didn't necessarily hate it or anything. Um, but the again, it's one of those things where I think I might have just overhyped it way too much because I was like, it's technically the first thing outside of the Suicide Squad, which isn't technically canon, but it might be. It gets really confusing with that. Um, so I overhyped it a little bit for myself. So I'll give season 2 a shot, and I'm thinking there's now that this is kicking off, this universe is kicking off. I think we're going to start seeing more and more characters from the live action universe make its way into this. Like there were plans in the future to do a live action Creature Commandos with the actors portraying the characters.
That'd
So
be cool.
that's exciting.
So you get David Harbour as the monster.
Yes. And I know, Ed, I know you didn't like how they did Frank. Or what do they call him? Did they call him Frank?
No, he's the what do they call him? They might call him Frank.
I
I don't remember.
I don't
Yeah,
remember, but
it's been a minute.
yeah. But Ed, I get it, and
I
I've
didn't
never
like how
read.
dumb they made him for sure.
Yeah, that might have been something, but again, never reading the comics. But this might have been one of the shows, though, that I've said before that knowing James's style, you don't necessarily have to know any of the comics. This could have just been,
Yeah.
we're just going to take obscure characters that maybe some people know about and put his own spin on it. Hey, Kpop.
Hey, Kpop.
Oh, speaking of which,
Hmm.
just want to say on the EXP this Thursday, Kpop and Jenna are going to be doing the art show in place of Mog and Mel.
Oh snap!
Yeah, really, really excited for that. Where are you at? There we go. And because I always do this when lovely folks pop into my chat and I know they have a channel, if you haven't yet, go sub up to Kpop. Real excited to see what they do this Thursday at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. So sub up to the experience so you can watch my wife and Kpop. It's going to be technically a ladies' night. They're going to have a lot of female artists on the panel. Should be a good time. It's probably Frank. I think you're right. I think you're right, Kpop. Exactly, Ed. Exactly. Um, so yeah, again, I'll give this a shot. It's weird. A lot of times, nobody ever hits up my phone until I'm live, and then I get like 30 messages from people.
Same thing with these dogs. They've been quiet all day.
So yeah, Creature Commandos renewed for season 2. I'm hoping that we saw the dead bodies of superheroes. Maybe since this is coming after some of the movies come out, we'll get to see them alive in this universe. Could be fun. They're gonna have the actual. Yep, it's the day before we go to Comic Palooza, which for those that watch the Friday shows, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Kyle running those shows. The FOC show, Matthias is going to be going to a con, I believe, or he's going somewhere. So Kyle and a random guest are going to do the FOC show that's at 1 Eastern, noon Central. Then you'll have the art show, but hosted by Michael Lovitz. Nick's got big important meeting stuff, comic book world wise to do. So guest Michael Lovett's going to be running the show. That's at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. And then you got Friday Night Live with Nancy McCann at Comics Unlimited at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. So be sure you check those out. Like I said, Jenna and I will be at Comic Palooza that weekend. Going to have a great time. We always do. Some of our friends aren't going to be there this year, so it's going to be very interesting because we usually like to hang around and be kind of booth barnacles to them, but they're not here this year. It's okay. Maybe we'll meet some new folks, get some new art. We'll definitely let everyone know if there'll be a show that Saturday. I don't know how late we're going to be there. If it's not too late, I'll probably do some type of like haul video. Or you could do that. Way to break the internet, Ed. Now that you're verified, I think you should be able to go live.
Yeah, I believe so.
But I was telling Nope Ed that if for some reason it doesn't let you go live that way, I will put y'all's channel on here and you can just multi-stream if that works. If I can get it to work. If not, yes, by all means, please have a show. Even if I'm doing a show, please have a show if y'all can. Go live. I might just hop on y'all's show if I get home. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, K-pop. I'm excited. Jenna's excited. So, yeah, gonna be a good time on the experience Thursday. So here's a little bit of news I thought was interesting. So we know that Peacemaker's getting a season 2, and Peacemaker is going to be set after Superman, after the Superman movie. We've already seen the trailer with spoilers in it at the very beginning of the trailer. You see that yes, this is definitely connected to the movie universe because people from the movie are in the trailer. But they are talking about maybe having some of the Yep, let me try that again.
That one.
Suicide Squad show up in Peacemaker. And to me, I'm like, well, it's a new universe. So,
hey, Phable.
Phable, how's it going, brother? So, to me, this could be, you could have Javelin. You could have Polka Dot Man. You can't have Rick Flag Jr., but you could have Boomerang. And you can't have the detachable kid unless they're doing multiverse, which I still think that's what they're doing within that show, just because of the other thing that happens at the end of that trailer. But dude, I'm super excited. I know that there are folks out there that are like, this was nothing like the comic books, and they're very right. This Peacemaker is nothing like the old comic books. Now, Kyle Starks has Peacemaker Tries Hard, which is definitely like this character. If you've not read Peacemaker Tries Hard and you love this show, you should definitely check that out. Got the hardcover for it. Love the book. It's awesome. He's made Peacemaker popular. Vigilante, again, I'm a basic bitch. Okay. You make a character like Deadpool, I'm going to love them. I know of 2 vigilantes. There's the ones that, kind of what the show one is based off of. And then there was another one in Justice League United that wore like a handkerchief. He looked like a bandit. Mm-hmm. And he hung out with Shining Knight a lot. So, and make sure you subbed up to Phable if you haven't yet. Phable goes live on Fridays. And of course, Phable, the time that I'm going to be off Friday, I'm going to Jenna and I are going to Comic Palooza with one of our nieces, so I won't be able to watch it. But you should, folks out there, you should watch Phable 1 Collection Down. Much better put together show, I promise you. But I'm excited for that, but not as excited as this next little piece of news. Now again, grain of salt. This is not confirmed anywhere, but there are rumors, there are talks that we might get a Superman cameo in Peacemaker season 2.
And or will it be just as long as Henry Cavill's in the first season?
Well, Henry's wasn't Henry.
No, I'm sure.
The only people that were there were Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa.
Right.
The other ones were all body doubles.
Just stand-ins, yeah.
I might try to do that, Ed. I'm kind of weird about my phone at cons, just because I'm always afraid that I might look creepy, even if I'm just recording myself. We might do something.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, what's this guy doing? Because some of those cosplayers.
Just get a shirt that says "Relax." I'm a YouTuber.
I really should. I really should get one. Don't worry. some of those cosplays, and again, folks, if you're going to cons, please remember cosplay is not consent. Always ask to take pictures, all that good stuff. Do not take pictures of the cosplayers without their permission. I cannot stress that enough. Um, yeah, the delay is getting worse, Ed. I can see it from my phone. And it's weird because it pops up on my phone and then like 2 seconds later it comes up on here. So it's very weird. Yeah, Phable 100%. And again, I am kind of all those things except the DC hater. Like, I'm a comic book lover, and the fact that anybody would want any comic book movie to fail, like, blows my mind. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Kpop, yeah, 100%. Don't put your hands on them. Okay,
Surprised that you'd even have to say that.
it's so sad to me that I have to say that. Again, signs everywhere, folks. I know everybody in this chat, good people, okay? But this is for anybody watching on the rewind, anybody going to a con for the first time. More than likely, if you ask someone to take a picture, they'll be more than happy to. Cosplayers love that, but you need to ask. And yes, you just shouldn't touch people in general. Like, that's just, I thought keep your hands to yourself was pretty basic when I was a kid.
Look, but don't touch.
Yeah. And don't stare either and drool and all that other crap. Jeez. Act
Do
like
not
you've seen
glass.
some before. It very well could, Ed. It very well could. Again, I just want it to be a good movie. Granted, yes, of course I want it to make money because that's how we get the sequels and all the other stuff going on. I do. But again, I've seen plenty of movies that have made $1 billion. I was like, wow, how did this movie make $1 billion? And then movies that just tanked. I'm sorry, I thought Blue Beetle was dope. I really like Blue Beetle, and the fact that it flopped, like, that blew my mind. And part of it was, I think, people just wanted it to.
Well, it was also like the last remnant of the thing that might possibly cross over, but who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, see, Ed, what's weird is your comment about people, if you ever see me at a con, please touch me whenever you'd like to. Doesn't show up on my phone, but showed up here. Oh, yeah. Phable 100%. But I mean, I want to be a little bit realistic as to, like, this movie's not going to make $2 or $3 billion. Okay. But then again, you never know how much money it could make. I just want it to be a good movie. I think the 6 to 8 range is a little up there, but not undoable. But yeah, I think it's going to make bank. Whether there's going to be people that go and hate watch this movie, which again, there's a lot of folks on YouTube that have actual movie review channels that are like, well, I don't want to see this movie, but it'll be good for my channel to do it. That's why I've seen some people lately with shorts when it comes to Superman put in their thumbnail trash or garbage or whatever. And then you click on the video and the video is nothing but positive things. They're using that clickbait of saying negative things to get the views for it. Oh yeah, if John Cole. Well, see, and that will amaze me because I think John has said before he's not really a Superman guy. So that is my biggest hope. Put aside the money, put aside everything else. That is my biggest hope, that this movie turns fans who weren't necessarily Superman fans into Superman fans, because the grander plan outside of the universe is there's been talks about how they're going to start making the comics more like the movies and vice versa. So, as a comic book fan and a superhero fan, I'm hoping that happens. But yeah, having John Cole go in and watch this movie and be like, hey, I've watched it like 20 times now. Me and him are going to race for that. Me and him are going to race because we are not only seeing it on the early release day on Tuesday the 8th. Sean has already got our tickets to go see it that Saturday for like during the morning, so it's fresh in our heads because that Hydra Hangout is going to be non-spoilery, of course, but it's going to be talking about that Superman movie. We're going to make it as non-spoiler as we can, which is a lot because I don't want to spoil this movie for anybody. But yeah, I'm going to see it twice that week.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have any availability for like the early screenings here, but I haven't looked.
Yeah, Jenna went to it was like Fandango / Amazon or something like that. It was some kind of Amazon promotion for Prime members. And she was like, well, I got them for this time at this time. Now, the only thing is, I still need to tell Kyle, hey, Kyle, I got tickets to go see Superman Tuesday. Can you work that day? I probably should tell him that soonish.
He'll probably pop in the chat here in a second. Hey, I heard you.
Watch him beat. Was that a typo or did you do that on purpose, Ed? Broccoli sweat. Okay, I see it now. Huh. Jeez. Broccoli haircut. Cauliflower sweat. Come on.
Lettuce sweat.
Or
pickle sweat.
Oh, corn sweat. Yes. Pickle sweat. Jeez. So, next thing I want to talk about in terms of new things that were recently announced. It's recently been announced that they're writing a Wonder Woman movie. And I don't know who made this picture, but if anybody else does, credit to them. This picture's dope. When I saw it, I was like, that's the one I want to use for this announcement. So, yeah, we are going to be getting a Wonder Woman. It's being written right now, so there's nothing else to it. I just thought, okay, so we were talking about how we wanted the Trinity to be the tent pole, but we haven't gotten any Batman news or any Wonder Woman news. Well, we got Wonder Woman news. So, really excited about that. Then the last thing for Superman, or not even Superman, the last thing for DCU stuff is a Mr. Miracle animated show. And it says adult animated. And here's my thing with that. Jake Paul is playing Wonder Woman. No, he's not. Here's my thing about this. When it says adult animated, I don't. Again, we know nothing about the show. Okay, I don't know what it is now. I don't think this needs to be as adult as, say, Creature Commandos. But if they want to have that tone,
I don't think it's going to be that necessarily. I think it's going to be more like a violence.
Yeah, that I can see.
Kind of thing. Just because this has a lot to do with the war between New Genesis and Apocalypse. Because I heard that they're supposed to adapt the 2017 Tom King run of Mr. Miracle is what they're pulling this from. Because that's actually, that still right there is actually out of that series. Whenever he escapes and goes to Earth. And it has his origin story in there too. So it's kind of like a rework of the character to, naturally cater to the audience of that time. But I've started to read it this week, and it's really good.
Yeah, I was collecting this run. I'm not sure I got the whole thing, but Mr. Miracle has always been a super interesting character to me. Big Barda. I mean, it's Barda.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see who's the voice cast for this. I always get excited about things like that. For those who don't know, character's name is Scott Free, which is fitting because he's basically an escape artist. He escapes from Granny Goodness and escapes. Apocalypse comes to Earth, and for the most part is an escape artist, like magician, illusionist, I think is what they call him. But he's a cool character. Like I'm excited. I know that Tom King is kind of a polarizing writer, and that's because Tom King starts strong. Sometimes he doesn't always stick the landing.
Hmm.
But I never read the end of this to say whether or not he did. But from what I've read, I did like the series, and he's supposed to be writing this, or he's involved with this in some way.
Hmm.
Logan Paul is not voicing Mr. Miracle. What is the Logan Paul kick? What is the Logan Paul kick at?
No, he's just on the Paul brothers. They must be showing him a lot on the game, in his UFL game. Look who we have showing up tonight. It's the Paul brothers.
The Paul brothers. Yeah, I'm super interested in this one. This is, I think it's going to be good. I kind of hope that we keep on with the connectiveness of everything, and that's mainly because I know you don't want to cram characters in that don't belong in just to be like, hey, look, we're connected.
Right.
But my main problem with the MCU was them saying all the time, it's all connected, and then it was like barely really connected from the movies to TV. So I'm kind of hoping with DC Studios, it's not a forceful, it's very organic. Like if an episode calls for a certain character, let's do it that way. I mean, if they got to force a few times just because, Les Paul, great guitar. Okay, I'll give you that.
Well, and this almost gives them an opportunity as well to just work Darkseid into the story organically versus like, look at this new big bad guy for Superman to beat up, or Superman's the only got one that can beat him.
John Paul was a great poet. Come on, man. Jeez. Yeah, and to me, there's going to be the argument if that happens, and I already see it. Unfortunately, like I see all these arguments. Unfortunately, it's now the people that hated the DCEU is going to be like, see, you guys were complaining that we weren't going to get to Darkseid. It's going to take forever. Now here he is. And the other side is going to be like, yeah, but he's going to be all goofy and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, again, y'all, we haven't seen anything. We haven't seen anything. This could be the movie that you didn't like The Suicide Squad. You didn't like Peacemaker. You didn't like anything else he's done. Maybe Superman will be it. Maybe Mr. Miracle will be it. Maybe it's Wonder Woman. You don't have to. And here's the thing, folks. You don't have to like everything in a franchise. We've talked about that ad nauseum. You don't have to like every single thing in a franchise. There could be things in the franchise that you're like, that one wasn't for me, but I'll watch the next one. So just, again, watch things. That's all I say. Just watch things, because if not, you just look like an asshole. That's both sides. Let's calm down and watch things first before we think it's the greatest thing ever.
Or the worst.
Mr. Miracle, again, looks cool. All right, then skipping over. Ron Paul's a politician.
Do you know whether or not is James Gunn supposed to be writing and directing all the DC stuff, or is it going to be different directors like Marvel does it?
It should be, and see the Clayface movie that I don't know if that's coming next or if they put it on hold. He's not writing that.
Okay.
I think
he's just the Kevin Feige essentially.
Yeah, like he's going to write some of these projects because he wrote Suicide Squad. That's the thing. Unfortunately, but also fortunately to me, we opened with all the stuff that he wrote.
True.
So right now it seems like, he's writing everything. He's not writing everything. Yes, it is kind of a little damning that 5 of the projects I think so far, because both seasons of Peacemaker, Creature Commandos, the Suicide Squad, Superman. I'm sorry, 6, because he's also working on a kind of sequel to Superman already.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't look good on paper because it's like he's not right. He's not writing everything. But if you look at the first like 6 projects, he kind of is okay right now. Maybe he's just excited and wants to get his thoughts out there. Who knows? Give it a
Well,
shot. I think he's. I don't think he's going to be the only director though, or writer.
well, and if he has a plan for where they want to go from start to say their first saga, in accordance to say like the Infinity Saga over at Marvel, if he has an idea for all that, probably would be best just to have a singular writer to try and connect all that stuff and have that vision versus getting too many hands in the pot, and then now you got this thing that just jumps all these different ways and doesn't connect like it could have.
Yeah, like when they did. I will go back to Love and Thunder before we move on to the next thing.
Hmm.
In that movie, I don't. I'm sure James Gunn had some kind of notes for Taika, but the Guardians didn't feel like the Guardians we've been hanging out with for the movies we've been hanging out with them.
Mm-mm.
Like in that movie, they just I don't know. They're just there was something off about them. So
They fit, but you could tell they didn't fit like smoothly.
yeah,
There's some kind of friction there that seemed
yeah,
forced.
and I couldn't tell what it was because there is a comic series called As Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not
Right.
like they've never teamed up before. It's just for some reason the way that they were in that particular movie, which go and say it, it's one of my least favorite Marvel movies was Love and Thunder.
Maybe there's too many lead Chris's.
That could be it too. There's like 6 of them. So jumping over universes, I missed this, and I don't know how, but
Hmm.
there was a tickets on sale trailer 10 days ago. So Marvel kind of beat Gun to the punch, releasing that kind of tickets on sale trailer. Uh, Again, I'm excited for both movies. Superhero wise, because there's some other movies that I'm like okay with. Uh, Jurassic Park is going to be a streaming thing because honestly, I haven't watched Jurassic Park since like the third one.
Hmm.
So I take that back. I did watch the Chris Pratt ones, so I did watch the newer ones, but they weren't in theater. Trust me, I watched them at home. Um, Again, I don't want anybody to take my excitement for Superman to be like I'm not excited for this too. I want this to succeed as well because according to everybody else, which again, I like all the Fantastic Four movies. Don't care. Well, take that back. Fan Four Stick, not my favorite.
Hmm.
Not a good movie. Jenna says if you go into that movie pretending it's not a Fantastic Four movie, it's kind of an okay movie. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. But
Fan forced it.
yeah, I want this to do good because this is Marvel's first family. This is like these are the dogs that like they were the money makers back in the day, and there's still people today that love these characters that get all the comics that are huge fans. So I will tell people this my prediction, and it might not be anything mind blowing to people. There are probably people out there that've been like, no, we already knew that was going to happen. This universe does not last. This is going to be the time that Galactus wins. And he's going to destroy this planet. They're going to get off the planet, though. And we're going to get some wibbly wimey, timey wimey stuff. And somehow they're going to end up in the main continuity universe. But I totally missed this trailer. And again, it wasn't for lack of being lack of excitement for it. I just was probably busy and didn't notice it was out. So you go to YouTube right now if you want, or after the show, and search up Fantastic Four. Look for this thumb. Watch the trailer. Form your own thoughts on it. Um, as a very neutral source, my neutral source being Sean. Sean still is not super. He's like like he still wants to see it, but none of the trailers personally to him have excited him as much as the Superman trailers, which is fair. Now, on to something completely random that Jenna showed me. Jenna was the first person to show me this. I'm super, super excited. Let's go.
Mm.
Spaceballs 2. Oh,
The search for more money.
oh my goodness. Mel Brooks is a freaking comedic genius and a national treasure. He's like 97, 98 years old.
I was happy to see how well he looked, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still kicking. He's still kicking. He's still hilarious. Like, I want this. I want this to really be the one sequel that's set like 30 years apart. I want this to be the one that's like, man, this was just almost as good as the original. You're never going to top Spaceballs. I mean, it's too hard. We don't have John Candy anymore. There's a couple other folks we're missing. Paul's Dead was a jeez. But it also had a lot of comedy that, much like Blazing Saddles, I don't know how much you could get away with it today in today's society, because there's some racy jokes and stuff in there that I don't know how they work in today's society, but ludicrous speed, comb the beach.
Well, and I don't think they actually could really do it for a little while. And I don't know how much they were. I mean, obviously, John Candy, being passed, but Rick Moranis stepped away from acting for a long time because of his wife passing.
Yep.
And he wanted to raise his kids and stuff. So now that he's come back to it, just a couple years later, boom, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for it. There hasn't been a Mel Brooks movie that I've seen. Like, I haven't seen them all, but there hasn't been one that's really let me down.
Mm-mm.
And like I said, Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles,
History of the World Part 1.
yes, the history of the world, the life. Well, not the life of Brian. Yeah, I'm starting to get my stuff mixed up here.
I have the 10 commandments.
Yeah, but those two movies in particular, though, Spaceballs and Blazing Saddles, Dracula Dead and Loving It too. Those three I can watch back to back to back. Like, I love those movies. I'm excited for this. It has the potential to break that curse. That curse of, for a long time we didn't get good video game movies. Yeah, History of the World. We didn't get
They
good
have
video
so
game
much
movies.
stuff to pull from for this
Mhm.
one, though. Like, they only had the original trilogy before, but like you seen in the opening scroll, now they have all this
Yes.
17 different Star Wars films.
And the shows and the cartoons,
Right.
and y'all, if y'all have not
Prequels to the sequels and sequels to the prequels.
if y'all have not watched the trailer for this, please go watch it. It's just a long crawl. That's the whole trailer, is them just basically talking shit. Like, it's hilarious, and it feels like, yep, that's a Spaceballs thing, Mel Brooks thing to do. So, super excited for this. I'm hoping it turns out great. One of the things that was interesting that I saw was and this is from IGN via the Hollywood Reporter, is Bill Pullman's son is going to join him as his son. I forget what they called. They gave him a name, but I forget what they called him. So you're going to have the Pullmans.
Lone Star.
Yeah, there's Lone Star, and I can't remember what they were going to call his son. I'm gonna look.
Oh, was it Bright Star or Starburst or something like that?
I think it was. I think you're right. I think it was Starburst. I think you're right.
Yeah, because I just heard about it yesterday. That he was going to be in there, but to tell you the truth, I didn't even know that was the same kid from the Thunderbolts.
Which we still haven't seen. I still want to go see it.
Me neither.
Oh, High Anxiety. Okay, that's one that I haven't seen. Phable and Kylo Ren parody. Yes, I know there are some people that
I can see that totally.
That like, and it's no offense to Adam Driver at all.
No,
but
Adam Driver's awesome.
He really is. That character, though, I know there's people that like him. To me, that was like emo Vader Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. But again, I can't judge all the way because I haven't seen the last one of those. I watched Force Awakens. I liked it. Second or third time, I kind of see where everybody got. This is just the first Star Wars redone. The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm. That's the second one.
Yeah, and I've seen that one.
However you want to look at it.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We got another special guest here.
Oh.
Let me pop this over here so we can see.
It's 46-19 in the third quarter. Figured I'd come and say hey.
So you're saying there's still a chance?
Yeah.
Can't show your face. He's ashamed.
Oh, and Paul Revere was an American hero. The British are coming.
And Paul.
Before I wrote this, you know what came to mind?
Oh.
None shall pass.
None shall pass. What is your favorite color? Blue. No, yellow. Ah!
Sorry, I had to wipe a tear.
And a rare parody. Yeah.
I think they just broke 50. Hi, guys.
Hey, brother, than that, how you doing, boss?
Oops.
Talk about the Dramamine, man.
Yeah, that was me almost
yelling at
knocking
me.
my laptop on the floor because I can't see. But, you know, it's all good. So what's up, guys?
Nothing much, man.
Not the score.
Oh, the score's up too high. That's the problem.
It's in the wrong direction. But they do a digital John Candy?
No.
If they did it, hold on though. If they did it to make fun of how they had Tarkin, was it Tarkin?
Yeah, it was Tarkin.
Where they're making fun of it. Where they make fun of it though, I could see that. Because I could see John being okay with that. And John himself thinking that that'd be hilarious.
I could see that.
Dude, man, talk about a freaking legend, man. I loved John Candy as a kid. I loved him, dude. Like, what a freaking, hit to Hollywood, man. John Candy was fantastic.
Yep, my favorite was The Great Outdoors or Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck. Right. I love Uncle Buck.
The old 86er or 96er? Great Outdoors where he eats the whole steak?
Freaking football. I don't know why I watch it. Freaking football. I'm done. Okay.
Colors of the world, spice up your life.
They can hear you.
That was hilarious.
What was that?
That was freaking fantastic, man. High five from me. That's awesome. Oh, goodness.
A little bit.
Something looks different about which one is Mog, Phable? Are you calling Ed Mog?
Why am I Mog?
I don't know. Because you're beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Speaking of Mog, I know you can't really see it that much, but that's a. Let me see if I can take it off the wall.
Take it off, Jay. Take it all off. What's up, Nope?
Hey, Eddie. Didn't see you.
Liar. But I'm here anyway.
There's some Panthers fan here a second ago.
I feel bad for him. Nice collars.
Mm-hmm.
That's a print I got from her and Mel when they were at Dallas a couple years ago. I love that. There's this one, and then I think the other one's a Harley one, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
It kind of resembles our defense.
Beautiful woman?
No,
Yeah.
laying down.
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew Nope would get it.
Oh, yeah. Now I get it.
Phable. Yeah. Wow, dude.
Oh, I see what he did there.
Yeah. Gee, yeah, Phable. It's just, you got to remember where I work, boss. When I hear Mog, I think Mog Park.
NSYNC or Backstreet?
Where
I'm muted.
Huh?
I can hear everything you're saying.
Oh. But I'm talking quietly.
What I can't believe is at 98 years old, he's going to star in that movie again as Yogurt. That's pretty amazing to be 98 and still making movies.
But he actually looks really good for
I know
98.
he does.
Like,
He looks good for 78.
Well, true. Because usually, it's slow to talk. It's real raspy voice because they're so old. And they're like
What
hunched
the hell
over.
did I do? There we go.
What are you saying, Nope? We've been talking a lot lately. What are you saying?
Geez, I can't believe again, folks, remember Mog Park is part of the experience, so my mind immediately went to her, and I forgot about half man, half dog. Forgot about that.
I haven't seen that movie in way too long. I don't even remember Mog. I know he was a dog, Chewbacca, but I didn't remember Mog at all.
He was half man, half dog.
Oh, that's right.
Barf.
They combed the desert for him.
Yes.
I'm a Mog.
Good pull though, Phable. That really threw me off, but good pull. So Ed, what did you watch? You watched the new Superman trailer, right?
Oh, come on. Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
More excited. Can't wait. Very encouraged. I don't see anything to feel negative about. Seeing him do his little twirly whirl with his heat rays, and I'm assuming that the red around his eyes was supposed to be from the heat rays.
See, here's the thing that I want to say right now about that. I've seen so many people complaining about that. And I was like, y'all, ever since Cavill, they've done the thing where around the eyes, because it used to be he just shot the heat vision through his eye beams, nothing. Since Cavill, they've done that effect around the eyes. Whether it looked like broken red lava or what. And the fact that there's people complaining about that, I was like, yo, it's the same thing. They just made it red.
I remembered him doing it in Lois and Clark, or Superman and Lois. That's
Yeah,
why I assumed that's what it was.
they got that from the Henry Cavill version of Superman. So again, I think right now we're just getting to the nitpicky part, kind of like there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, the fourth wall break thing doesn't belong in this movie." When the teeth get knocked out of that guy, very famous guy, very famous guy, random henchman number 5, been in a lot of movies, and the teeth bounce off something, and you hear the tink. People are like, "Oh, it breaks the fourth wall." That's hitting. No, I think there's drones out there. And the drone we're going to get an action sequence where either the T-Spheres, Jimmy's drones, or Lex's drones are flying around the battle. I think that's the shot we're going to get.
Did you catch that Crypto actually distracted the dude so Superman could land the haymaker? That was great.
Team. Yes,
that was great.
Team.
And the teeth flying was perfect. I loved it.
Yeah. And again, it's another one of those things where we keep really thank you everyone out there that watched.
Hydra.
Thank you. What Sean's referring to, so in Restream, you can AI clip stuff. I was messing around with it. We don't have a plan where we get like a bunch of clips. There's a free one. So I was like, you know what? I just reacted to the new trailer. Let me clip that and put it out there just so I can link it back so more people can watch. I clipped the wrong thing. So I wasted my free clip on something that was older. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just going to throw it out there, thinking nothing of it. This thing started gaining traction. It got to 1.4, but then it started losing views. And losing views and losing views. It went from 1.4 to 1.2. So I was like, you know what, though? It's fine. It's still a 1,000 viewed short. Cool. More views, the better. And I linked it back to my long form. Oh, no.
Somebody's got a bad mic going. Lots of static.
Already?
Nope again? Oh, yeah, that's you for sure.
Dang, we made it through an hour and 45 minutes, though. Be proud.
I told you I'm AI. I'm taking over.
Yes.
Well, you're okay now, bud. Yeah, but you're doing the Godzilla thing. It's the cycle all over again.
Hold on. I'll wait for it to level out, then.
Yeah.
Step 3, you'll be normal.
What if I talk like this and you can't see my mouth move?
Whoa, that's freaky, dude. Oh, your shoulders didn't match your laugh. You're still out.
Oh. Yes. Super stoked. Damn it. What was I saying?
Something about comics or superheroes or something.
Wow, that narrows down. Oh, the video. Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah, your video that you said was the wrong video, but I think it was the right one going by the numbers.
I guess it was because like we had lost all these views, and then I noticed it started slowly climbing up, and then let me see. I'm just gonna check. I'm not gonna. Wow. Awesome. We're at 6:30 now. That is fantastic. You never know how long that's going to last, but everyone subbed up as like always. Thank you. Like that's so surreal to me. And yeah, Sean won't be back until like the first couple weeks of July. Like I was telling people earlier, Jenna and I got our early screening tickets for Tuesday the 8th. And then Sean got tickets for Saturday before the live. Not like right before it, but I think in the morning. So I'm going to see it twice already. So I'm super excited.
Are you in California?
Mm-mm.
Because it's like 10:30 here, and you said it's only 6:30. What?
No. We're at 630 subs.
Mm.
Don't do that, man. I thought you were serious. That deadpan was too much, dude.
I just got done watching a butt whooping of my favorite team. I'm in a good giggling mood, so get over it. I can't think any more Paul stuff, so
You were so deadpan. I thought you were serious.
I can do
That
it
was
well.
perfection. Yeah, that was really good.
Paul Bearer, a great friend of the Undertaker.
What are you talking about?
Yes, yes, yes. It's all over the dead man.
Ah! Or something. I don't know.
Oh, Percy Pringle.
Percy
Little
Puff
Percy
Puff.
Pringle.
Do you remember Percy Puff Puff? He was a tree.
No,
You don't remember Percy Puff Puff?
no.
It was one of those little golden books. Percy Puff Puff. Was it train?
Nope. Might have been a little before my time.
I get it. I'm old. You're hilarious.
Oh, so yeah, I just
Oh, I took Uncle Buck's advice, by the way. I took his quarter and I got my melanoma removed. So that's what that black eye's from. I love that movie.
Go downtown and have a rat chew that thing off your face.
Did you ever see the TV show they tried to make of it?
No, didn't know they did.
Oh,
I've been off the grid for a long time though, so I don't know if it was regular TV. When was it?
Oh, long freaking time. I think they did. I say the one I'm talking about was a long time ago, but I think they actually did like an updated version of the
Doesn't
TV
surprise
show.
me. I bet it sucked.
Both of them did. Both of them did. It's kind of like when they did Ferris Bueller's a TV show.
Oh God, I didn't know they did that either.
Yeah, they had.
I'm so glad I don't watch TV. That sounds terrible.
Did you ever see the movie 18 Again
Yes.
with George Burns?
Yes.
The guy playing his grandson.
Mm-hmm.
He was Ferris, and in the first episode, they take a picture of Matthew Broderick or a cardboard cutout of Matthew Broderick, and he like cuts it with a chainsaw. He's like, they made that terrible movie about my life, and I was like, no, they made a terrible show.
Blasphemy.
Yeah.
They deserve to get booed off the air then.
Yeah, it's like a much better show would come a little bit later called Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
Heard of it, never saw it.
Oh, I love
That was like one of the first Fox things, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah.
Or was it UPN? I don't remember.
No, it was Fox because
Okay.
that was around. It might have been a little bit after Married with Children.
Now that's a show.
Mm-hmm.
And if they ever remake that, I'm riding somewhere because they will destroy it.
I've been rewatching it.
I have too. Did you get to the episode yet where Kelly went for a interview for a television job and told them all about their families? So they put a spoof of the Bundys on TV and the Bundys sit around watching themselves and Al's laughing because he can't put it together.
Yeah, haven't gotten to that one yet. The TV one that I watched was she missed her interview with her modeling agency because she asked her teacher what jeans she was wearing. And she said, guess. And Kelly said 42. So she couldn't go on TV. So then she got her own show with her and a bunch of girls. And it's got that rock group that was like, slut. And that's all they did the whole show. And then they were going to get sent to Los Angeles because a network wanted to pick up the show that Kelly was doing. That's where I'm at. So it's like 5 or 6, season 5 or 6.
Do you remember the episode I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, I love that.
Because David Faustino's younger brother played that counterpart of Bud.
Yeah. And then Marcy and Jefferson come in and they're all laughing, making fun of it. And then their characters come on. And instead of calling her a chicken, he called her what the hell did they call him? You know how Marcy's always like, why does he keep calling me a chicken? And, a turkey. Why do you keep calling me a turkey? It's so funny. And Al's just like, laughing. It was great.
Yeah, that show, like, it's so good. Like, it's been so long. Here's the thing, folks. Here's why I can't watch new stuff, because I keep going back. I'm like, oh, all the old shit I used to watch as a kid.
Vintage.
I can now vintage. Yes. Well, I'm old too, so that's fine.
Shut up. Nope. You're just a kid.
anyone younger than me is a kid. Anyone older than me is old.
As your wife would say, I will fight you.
Well, yeah, that's why I never watch anything new, because I'm like, all the stuff from my childhood is now available. I don't have to wait through commercials. I don't have to wait a week for the next episode. So I was like,
I
man,
don't watch anything new because it all sucks. Pretty
well,
much.
yeah.
Every time I've tried something, it's just been stupid. It's like trying to remake something, and it's like, come up with something new.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, but I've been rewatching that, and I was like, man, I forgot they had a backdoor pilot for a show that lasted 8 episodes, and then they reworked the show, and it lasted another 4 or 5 episodes. It was when what's that? Famous from Friends, the guy who played Joey.
Oh yeah, that guy. I don't know his name. I know what you're talking about.
Usually I'm pretty good with that, but yeah, he was, him and his dad had like their own episode in there. It's the backdoor pilot for their show that never went anywhere.
Backdoor.
Goes to the house and Kelly goes, "Hey, you Phable guys." Oh man, dude, Christina Applegate was just fire in that show, dude. Fire.
You know, as the show progressed, though, I started feeling less that way and appreciated her more as an actress, because she did amazing as the show went on, playing a ditz. She did a great job.
And then I think she was still doing that show when "Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead" came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved her in that. I thought she was awesome in that.
She was.
She was basically Smart Kelly.
Yeah.
And it blew up people's minds because they really thought she was dumb. I'm like, no, she's a good actress.
And this just reminded me that Robbie's doing Adventures of Ford Fairlane as movie night.
Oh! Mary had a little lamb she kept in her backyard, and when she hung her panties out, his woolly got hard. Oh!
And Ed O'Neill is in that.
Don't test me.
Yeah. Ed O'Neill's in that. And I have this, I wouldn't call it an obsession, but I have this weird thing about me that I love when a character from a TV show that I've watched for a long time, I've never heard them swear. Like Drew Carey, Tim Allen, when I was watching Home Improvement as a kid.
Bob Saget.
Yes.
Oh, man.
And later on hearing them. Like, it's a weird thing I have. I was like, I used to have a checklist when I was a kid because I've been making lists forever. And it was like, oh. So when I heard Ed O'Neill drop the F-bomb in that movie, that was like a big check mark for me. Big check mark. I loved him in that. Dutch. Dutch is a fantastic movie. That's one of my favorite episodes when he...
Nice, people.
Don't
get me started, man. I know them all.
They go to the video rental store, and there's a cardboard cutout for Dutch, but Ed O'Neill's face is covered up.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I remember that.
Little things like that.
If y'all haven't seen Dutch, you need to watch it. It's a great movie, and it's a Thanksgiving movie, and there are not many Thanksgiving movies.
Yes.
Good.
And it's Ford Fairlane. I cannot believe that movie wasn't bigger. Like, it's a cult classic to me. I love that movie.
Well, you got to remember the way people were about him at the time.
Oh, that's true.
You either loved him or you hated him, and if you didn't have a sense of humor, you hated him.
True. I'm pretty sure it had Morris Day in it too. Morris Day from the time.
What?
Morris Day from the time? Wasn't he the buddy that tells the girl?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Morris Day in the Time, Jungle Love.
Whoa! No, I think I have that comic, but wow, I didn't know they made a movie out of it. Holy shit! Dang.
You ever see Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Yeah.
The song that's playing at the end, that's Morris Day in the Time.
Oh, okay.
And I think Morris Day is in that movie as like his buddy. Yep, Robert Englund is in it. Yeah.
Who's
dude,
Robert
unbelievable.
England?
Robert England?
Don't, Jay.
He,
Just
look,
don't.
he was this actor, right?
Yeah.
And he played this role
As a
of
guy.
Freddy Krueger. And this dude had glove and he had knives for fingers.
Freddy
And he
Krueger.
haunted people's dreams. Yeah.
Huh. Well, wasn't he like one of the members of that band that crashed in a plane?
Yeah. Leonard
Yeah.
Skinner? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure was.
Oh
Sure
no,
was.
he was the lead singer of Queen. That's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard he used to
Yeah.
collect leaves.
he did. Jay, that's true. Did you know that?
No.
Freddy Krueger. Freddy,
broke
I told Nope the story.
I
He's
broke
stealing
him.
my story. He's totally stealing my story. Robert
I didn't steal
England.
your story. I just made a joke.
Robert England's very first job was on the movie Halloween. And his job was as an assistant who ran around grabbing the fall leaves and putting them in a bag and then spreading them around, because they actually filmed it in California where there was no fall and there was no colored leaves. So he lived just upstairs from John Carpenter at the time. And his buddy's like, John wants us to be a part of the movie. And he's like, doing what? We got to gather a bunch of leaves and then we got to pick them up and spread them around. And he's like, you're joking, right? And no, that's how he got his big break as a leaf spreader. This is why I'm the king of useless trivia.
Wow.
You're welcome.
But Nope just swooped in there and said that
Yeah,
just so nonchalantly, dude. It just I was like, what? Oh god, that was good. Okay, Morris Day was in it. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Doris Day was not in it. Why do you keep saying that?
More, yes. Unless you're messing with me, which I think you are. Damn it. God.
Flip that headset around. I think you got the wrong speaker on the wrong ear.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? What?
You know, some other stuff that Robert England was in that a lot of people like kind of gloss over.
Phantom of the Opera.
Fan of the op. Yep, that's exactly.
That's a kick-ass horror movie if you've
Dude,
never
oh
seen it.
my god, he's so good in that.
Oh, he is. That's one of my
So
favorite
good.
movies that no one's heard of.
Well, I've heard of it. I've
Good
heard
man.
of it.
That's why we're friends right there, Bray.
Yes, exactly.
Have you seen it?
Just
No?
because of Freddy Krueger.
I'm assuming that's a remake of the original with Robert England.
Damn kids. Phantom of the Opera came out in like 29. Yes, it was a remake. Wow.
Oh, goodness.
You control, but I can't. Come on, man.
Oh, you control all you want, brother. You can also garden gnome all over if you want and record it. I miss those days.
I haven't seen either one of them, actually.
It's an excellent movie. It really is. And it's
I've seen
no one's
Gremlins
heard
too,
of it.
though.
The flying ones. Yes. The new batch.
No, don't you remember that little clip with the Phantom?
Yes. Great
Half his
Christmas
face
movie.
is burnt acid.
So that's where he knows the Phantom of the Opera from.
Yeah, that's his Phantom of the Opera.
That works. That works. But yes, very underrated movie he did. Plus, there's the one with
Mousy?
what's the laundry one?
Mousy. You remember Mousy?
Yeah, V.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mousy.
V was so good.
He was good in that too.
Oh god, V was incredible.
Nope was like, these old people have lost their mind. What the hell are they talking about?
See, we used to have these things back in the day that were made for TV. They called them miniseries, and it'd only be like
Mini Driver.
five or six episodes of something.
Mini
Kind of like
Cooper.
it, huh?
Kind of like it, yeah.
Mini Mouse.
Jeez. What was the one with the laundry one that Robert England was in? The Mangler?
You have to do better than that. Laundry one? What is that?
Mangler. Where it was like they worked in a factory that they had the freaking sheet press, and the sheet press would like mangle people. It had James Remar, not James Remar, the guy that played Buffalo Bill in it.
Were you about a size 6?
Ooh.
Buffalo Bill?
Yeah, I can't remember the actor's name. No, not Buffalo Bills. Jeez.
They're a football team, dumbass.
Yeah, I know. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
What a dork. Hey, while you're Googling, see what the final of the Panther score is. I'm afraid to look. Oh, Nope's more than happy to do it. Look at him grab his phone.
Ted
Rub
Levine.
that salt in. What'd you say?
Ted Levine.
Oh, him. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, he was it was called The Mangler.
I don't remember that. I'm sure I've seen it, but I don't remember it. I honestly don't. And
yeah, from 95, it was a Stephen King thing.
what?
Yeah, that's
Stephen King?
What?
yeah.
I had to have seen it, but it's not ringing a bell right now.
And yeah, Phable, I think he was in one of the Hatchet movies. Those movies are wild too.
I love it when that one Nightmare, A New Nightmare, where the character goes and kills the actors. That was a great movie. Such a fun concept.
Dude, you want to talk
Remember
about
when Freddy killed Robert? That was great.
Yes.
That was great.
Dude. I had never been more terrified. Like, as a kid, Freddy Krueger scared me. Like, not gonna lie. 5 years old, 6 years old, wetting my pants because I was too afraid. Like, yeah.
And then you have Nightmare later. You think you're dead.
Yeah.
Freddy's brother's name was Paul.
Paul Kruger.
Well, his other famous brother is a singer named Chad.
Mm.
But I don't think it's pronounced Kroger or Kruger.
Kroger? I think you
Kruger.
worked there too long.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
Hi, I'm Freddy Kroger. Do you got any coupons?
Chad Kroger. Yeah. Chad Kruger from Nickelback.
It's double coupon day, bitch.
Yeah, they made him so much more frightening in that freaking New Nightmare, dude. Like, my goodness.
That was a great movie. Another very underappreciated one, too.
31:52.
Oh, man, they're coming back. With 1 minute left, it's got to be almost over.
They're at 9:57. I don't know if that's the time or if that's how much is left.
That would be how much is left.
They got time.
It could happen, but I just couldn't take it. They had no.
They got the ball.
Their defense was over Jay's head. They were just
They got
laying
the
down,
ball.
looking sexy, and
One touchdown.
actually in the
Turnover.
in the UFL you can score 9 points on a touchdown because you can go for a 3-point conversion. So they're only 2 scores down, but I couldn't take it. I had to quit watching.
Well, maybe not watching's helping them out.
What are you implying?
A watched pot.
Now you're
never
blaming
spoils
me for your mic too, aren't you? Pops in, ruins your mic. Quit watching the Panthers. They're gonna win. I'm done. Get the hell out.
Oh,
I'm back.
that
Damn
was
it.
superb.
You're welcome. I had to think of something to beat the paper bag. Should have seen Amy. I'm like, do we have any paper bags? She's like, why? I said, because I want to go on Jay's show. And she looked at me. What? Yeah, they're out by the
You're
dryer.
just now trying to hide your face?
No, she had no idea what I wanted to do with it. She couldn't put it together.
Damn.
I don't have to hide my face because you can't see me.
That's fantastic.
Could have talked earlier about how he's your favorite.
Who's my favorite?
Old John Cena.
Oh, yeah. Love John Cena. He's the only reason why I haven't given that Peacemaker thing a chance. I can't stand that guy.
You know, when he first came in, he was ruthless aggression. He was just coming off of being the prototype in OVW. I was a fan of his. It wasn't until that freaking Halloween episode of SmackDown where he turned into the rapper gimmick, and the rapper gimmick lasted almost 20 freaking years.
So dumb.
That I was like, all right, man, it's time to do something. He should have been made a heel. Like, he was supposed to go heel a couple years ago. And he was like, I was going to do the complete opposite. There'd be no hustle. There'd be no loyalty. There'd be no respect. I'd come out in like boxing trunks. My new theme music would have trumpets and all this other stuff. Like, he'd be the complete opposite of his basic thug knob. Hey, Castle.
Hey,
What's
Castle.
going on?
Dude, he's still a dumbass because when he turned, he could have done, "Can you see me now?" It was so stupid that he didn't do. No, not you.
I totally thought you were talking about Castle for a minute there, and I was like, damn.
No,
Sorry,
his-
I thought I seen her lurking.
What's up, Castle?
Hey, Jenna.
Hello. Goodbye.
I was hyping
Good
everybody up about
riddance.
you and Kpop being on Thursday.
Woo, woo. Girls' night. Hi.
I said good day.
I bid thee good day, sir. Good day, sir.
Oh, Fez. That was a show when it first came on. I loved the first episode. I was like, man, I like this. It's not going to last.
What show?
That 70s show.
Oh, yeah. It did
Which
last.
one?
You know,
that
that's
90s show did.
that 70s show.
That 90s
Oh.
show didn't.
Like MASH?
Yeah.
No, Topher Grace and Lord Pripon,
See,
Danny
now
Man,
you got him. You got him. Now I don't feel bad.
whatever.
You know what show was really, really good and got canceled?
Threshold.
Through Threshold. Has
Threshold.
anybody seen Threshold?
I have one over my door.
Have you seen the show Threshold
I don't know.
with
don't think
Peter
so.
Dinklage?
Who's
Yeah,
that?
Tom Hanks was in it.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage, who was a freaking awesome scientist. Like,
Oh, Peter Dinklage, that tall dude?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
hard.
he's trolling
him.
so
I
hard
know.
right now. His team's losing. He's got to have something.
Oh,
They're not losing. They're getting their ass beat
They're making a comeback.
in the championship game. Damn it.
What are you playing?
After the Lions choked in the fall.
Oh,
I'm done.
okay.
I'm done.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
done.
He's talking about foosball.
Oh, not the foos. Oh my god, not the foosball.
Just sports ball.
Foosball?
Not
You
the
playing the foosball behind my back?
basketball.
Ah,
We need more basketball.
I love that movie.
We haven't watched it in a while. We should.
We should. We got Dark in the Moon to watch though.
Yeah, I know. But not tonight because you guys always go till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Probably not this time. But we can hold it off again.
Uh-oh. Nope.
Thought you were supposed to watch that like past
Uh-oh.
2 nights.
Yeah.
Nope. Your mic's starting again.
Is it?
Just a little. It's just starting. I've gotten used to it. When I hear a bee buzzing and I'm inside and there's no bugs around, I know it's just Mike getting ready to go patoola. No, I'm not trolling you this time. It's starting again. But hopefully it stops. Shut up, Castle. How'd your Falcons do against the Patriots in the Super Bowl? They only blew like a 29-point lead?
He's a Bucs fan, so technically
care.
he's saying go Panthers
I
for
don't
you.
care. I don't care.
Unless he's trolling.
I don't care.
Then he
He's,
goes trolling.
he's totally trolling. Because I just said they're getting their ass kicked. I got nothing.
Wow.
I'm going to do more Dice Clay here in a minute if you guys don't. Little boy blue, he needed the money.
So what's coming up next on the channel for Weird Hopes? What's coming up?
That's a good question.
Sounds like
We were
possibly
hoping to
live
go
next Saturday.
line, but maybe tomorrow, I thought we said. Or is that off
What?
the table now? Weren't we talking about maybe doing a live tomorrow afternoon, an unboxing or something? Or you don't want to do that now?
Yeah, well, it'll kind of depend on whether or not,
It rains.
Father's Day stuff, yeah.
Gotcha.
Just because I think he's in town because
Oh,
we
cool.
had death in the family last week, so
Oh, I'm sorry, man. You
Time
didn't
for
tell me
that.
that.
yeah, it's all right.
Okay,
Right.
so we're not going live tomorrow. So,
Yeah, no,
just
not
get ready
live.
for his pole dancing on Saturday. It'll all be good.
Yes.
Gotta get it all mounted up.
He's gonna mount it.
And
It
break
doesn't
my
have
neck.
enough room in there.
No.
We got some ideas. We got some paranormal teams that want to do interviews with us when we get closer to Halloween. We got some other interviews lined up with a couple of authors that I'm friends with that want to come on and promote their book, because I've been giving them ratings on Amazon as I read their books. So we've kind of developed a friendship that way. And, movie reviews, nonsense, stupidity, all kinds of stuff.
Whenever odd things pop up. in
It's
our-
me. You never know what's going to happen. I might show up with a bag on my head that say Panthers suck or something. I don't know. I won't ever say that, but I just did. I was talking about the Carolina Panthers. They suck almost as bad as the Buccaneers. Almost, not quite.
Wow.
Oh, hey, I got a joke for you. Or did I already do this? This kid dresses up as a pirate and he goes trick or treating, but he has a little bit of a lisp. So he knocks on the door. Trick or tweet! Trick or tweet! Lady opens the door. She goes, "Aw, hey, what are you?" And he goes, "I'm a pirate." She says, "A what?" "A pirate." I don't understand. His mom says, "A pirate." "Oh, well, if you're a pirate, where's your little Buccaneers?" He goes, "Here are my Buccaneers. Now give me some bucking candy." You're welcome.
Oh, the right kind of cheesiness right there.
You're welcome.
Very good. Yeah, like I said, it's an easy night tonight. Just wanted to show off the Superman stuff, talked about the trailers. How many Super Bowls do you have?
How many Super Bowls do you have? You ain't never been in the NFL, bitch. What are you talking about?
Is he talking about the toilets in his house?
Yeah, the toilets. The toilets.
Well, Castle, to be fair to that, according to Ed, there's like a 40-second lag in the chat tonight. So
Yeah, there is. There was. I don't know if there still is because I'm not on YouTube anymore. But
it's just weird because, like I said, I'm on my phone.
it was actually
popped up.
worse when I popped back in and was doing the Paul things. It was over a minute.
Huh.
I'm like, I'm gonna have to think of these fast and throw them up there. They're gonna think I'm just insane saying it every 5 minutes.
2.
I feel like we're used to that by now.
Yeah.
We just kind of got to read the comment and be like, oh, they were talking about that.
Show me your ring, Castle. I want to see the ring. You're welcome. He's just trying to piss me off, and I'm already there. So
There is.
What year was that?
What?
I'm trying to think of the first one that they did. It's like 2000 something, like early 2000s.
I think
recently.
I think their first one was in the 90s.
Was it the late 90s?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure, Castle.
They'd have never got that last one without Brady. He won that damn thing. Him and Gronk.
Yeah.
They'd have never got anywhere without him. It always takes a Michigan man.
The weirdest part is because I'm watching it on here.
Okay? If you're talking about the Panthers game, I'm gonna slap you.
Why would I talk about sports at all?
Well, what are you watching?
The chat.
Oh, the chat on his phone.
The chat. So, YouTube. Come on, phone. What the hell are you doing? YouTube. The comment pops up. 2 seconds later, it pops up on this chat. But in the video chat, it takes longer. That's so weird because like 2002, and then in the video chat, it's not in the chat box yet.
What's 2002?
That's when the Bucks won their first.
Oh, in the chat. I didn't see the chat.
Yeah, like it's going boom, boom, but the chat box on the screen for YouTube isn't showing up yet. Like it's still not there, but it's there for us.
Why aren't you in this room, Castle? What the hell, man?
Because we don't want to make it a 5-hour stream.
We don't? When did that happen? I thought that was in the contract somewhere.
Jeez.
Trying to set standards here, Eddie.
Oh, God, we're in trouble. I better leave now then. See you guys later.
Yeah. It is the standard. Yeah, see, it's been on this chat for a while. It just now popped up on the screen on the YouTube chat for the screen. It's very strange.
Three blind mice. See how they run. Where the are they going?
All right. So let's see. There's something else I wanted to talk to you all about. Just got home from work. Work tomorrow too.
I'm just messing with you, brother. You know that.
Yeah, you're good, man. Just know the invite's always there.
Invitation. Invite is
Huh?
a noun. Invitation.
Oh,
Invite is a noun.
I'm gonna be inviting all over this place.
Inviting's great. That's perfect.
I'm gonna invite right on this screen.
Where's my marker? F. I
That's
actually
like
had
people
somebody
trying to tell
put that
me
in a
ain't the
paper.
word.
They actually put that in a paper. I'm like,
Irregardless.
oh God. Don't get me started on grammar, man. Do not get me started on grammar.
Hey, look, I'll be the first to admit that until word crimes came out, I could care less was a thing that I said because I didn't know it was couldn't care less.
When somebody says that to me, I just blow their mind because I say, thank you. I appreciate that. Because they could care less. It means they care a lot.
Take care, brother. And everyone on the EXP Shorts, Castle's Corner, be sure you check it out. Apparently, Blood Type is not a very well covered comic because everything that I looked at for it, not a whole lot of traction on it. But Castle has his own way to review books. He's hilarious. Go watch the Castle's Corner stuff.
It's called magic mushrooms.
Magic mushrooms. Well, you take care, brother.
Later,
Hey,
Castle.
Yeah.
May Freddy not kill you in your sleep.
Be too scared. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No thanks, man. That's not a ride I want to try to get on. Did you see the thumbnail for the show going on tomorrow?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were having a show. What show's tomorrow? Oh my good lord. Henry's never looked better. Now, how appropriate is that since that little dweeb just me about a booby book and now he's got boobies?
But I mean, the hairline
That's just
is almost too
Kyle
perfect.
did a good job with that.
Yeah.
that's disturbing. Get that off the screen.
That's going to be 10 to midnight Eastern, 9 to 11 Central tomorrow. Games.
What time tomorrow?
10 to midnight Eastern. So not that's 10 o'clock. There's going to be games and just opportunities to get discounts on like big books. Yeah, they're going to do
prizes. We got prizes.
Yeah.
Time to play the game.
Oh, Lemmy, come on.
Just tell me when to spit water. Look at him. He's looking at the score. Stop it. I know he is. I can tell. Oh, I thought you were getting ready to say it's over 85 to 19. It's all good. They got to the championship. That's what matters. And I keep telling myself that. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's almost like telling yourself you're not going to look at the numbers on your YouTube.
Yeah. I didn't until they started going down.
Yeah.
How do you lose views? I want someone to explain that to me. Oh, I wasn't watching. What the? Anyways, I don't care.
Well, we looked at their camera and they weren't actually watching. So we took the view away.
I tell you, I'm going to hack that algorithm. Actually, I should quit saying that because they're going to get downed and I'm going to be having FBI at my door. Excuse me?
Hovering.
I just here to fix sprinkler. I don't live here. Thank you.
He left this morning.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, canceled. So yeah. So the little bit of news, the old news, the somewhat new news, basically all I had tonight. Again, if we don't have a show next week on Hydra Asylum, maybe there's a Weird Dopes show. And you should definitely go check them out. If I do
Good
get
opportunity to.
yeah, if I do get home early enough, maybe I just hop on with y'all.
Well, you know you're welcome.
Yeah,
You'll have
I
to have
want
a
to be.
poll
Be on the
up,
other foot.
Yeah, I want to be that person that's like, well, I thought I'd ask, but no, I'm not gonna ask. I just show up.
though. Yeah, I hate people like that. They piss me off. Manners. Come on. What's up with that?
Yeah, just like with this show, y'all been on way too many times to ask.
Well, it's also too like whenever we know that you're going to be on there by yourself, it's like feel bad about it too, because then you don't have anybody to talk to, and you're an hour in, and you're like, "Well,
Yeah,
I've been through everything, but now I can't talk."
yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Like, I didn't know Nope was gonna be here. I thought you were both taking off tonight. And I was like, oh, that's okay. You know, I run through my stuff. I saw Nope pop up. I was like, thank God. Thank God I don't have to do this
Get
by
a
myself.
room. Jeez almighty.
I didn't even hear what he said.
He like got orgasmic when he saw you were on here. Oh God, oh God,
Oh,
it's Nope, and he's sleeveless. Oh,
Thank God.
oh.
Thank God. I mean, that's a plus. That
I
probably
find
boosts the
that
views a bit.
disturbing, Jay. I find that disturbing.
Oh, yeah, sexy man with the sexy arms. Oh.
Oh, I like it. Turn around. Show me your man button.
Can't see it tonight. It's under a hat.
Mine too.
This should be gone this week.
Old.
Yeah, it's too hot in Texas to be walking around the con with all this.
Dude, you could have stopped at it's too hot in Texas. You didn't have to say another word.
That's kind of a given, though. It's too hot in Texas. It's
Yeah, you guys are nuts.
almost 10:30 at night. It's 80 degrees here.
Sick and wrong. It's just sick and wrong.
It's at least only just 70s here, but it's humid for sure with all the rain we've had the past couple days.
I'm surrounded by lakes, so it's usually humid in here when it gets too warm.
Well, we got rivers here too, so plenty of water.
Nope, I can't take it. Find the score. I gotta know. Do not troll me, man. Do not troll me.
Not looking good.
All right. Okay.
Good with that for now?
Yeah, I'm that's more than enough.
Yeah, there's
If
less
you would have
than
come
2
on and
minutes.
said Michigan took the lead and was trolling me, I would have drove to St. Louis, and that'd been mean.
No,
The championship game is in his backyard.
Spread's back up to over 20, and there's less than 2 minutes left.
Yeah,
So
it's over. I knew it was over anyway. I could tell the way they were playing. They weren't playing with any heart, and the defense was just laying down for every freaking play. They had over, I think it was 36 points at halftime. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Jay. Oh, okay.
he's like, if you
I
put
have
up the
never
score-
seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's
That
a
one
pretty
got
wild
by
movie,
me.
man.
That one got
That's
by
that
me.
short series you were talking about.
I
or the miniseries?
No.
No, that was V.
That was
He was
V
talking about. You ever heard of V?
with
Where the aliens come?
Mark Singer. Was Mark
Yes.
Singer in that?
Yeah, he was the lead good guy. There were so many stars in that show.
Wasn't
It
the
was
chick
crazy.
from Firefly in there too? And Deadpool?
That is the
Marina Makari?
I think you're talking about the TV show that was just on.
Oh, okay.
This was a mini series back in like 86-ish,
Gotcha.
84, 86, somewhere in there. It was an excellent, I mean, for back then, everybody was watching. It was one of those when the TV specials were a big event and everybody in the country was watching it.
Right.
And it was crazy because they had the flying saucers come in, which I still say Independence Day totally ripped them off with their flying saucers. But yeah, and then the aliens look like us, and then they got in a fight with one of them and punched, and half his face fell off, and he was really a lizard underneath. And they were here to eat us and steal our water, but they were pretending to be our friends.
No, was that another Stephen King one you guys said?
No. This was the Stephen King one that he's showing.
Gotcha.
But this is a movie, right? Or it wasn't?
Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah, he's definitely got a creepy face that didn't need a whole lot of prosthetics.
He reminds me of somebody there, but I can't put my finger on it.
You know, talking about V and all those old movies just reminded me of a movie that I'm probably the only person. Vintage. Gotta say vintage for ad. Okay, vintage.
Vintage, damn it.
It was a movie that took place in the future where people had these jewels or these crystals. And the color crystal you had are the people that you can mate with. And they had like these superhuman people in it. Like I saw a lot of weird 80s movies and 70s movies. There was a sword and sorcery one where they took this green goo and made people drink it and like turned them into monsters. Like,
yeah, I saw that one.
Did you? For real? Because okay.
I saw that one. Yeah, that was real.
I thought that was a dream.
That wasn't a mushroom thing. That was real.
There's sometimes
find it.
Yeah, there's sometimes I'm like, did I see this movie or did I dream this movie?
Or you have a thought that you can't remember what it was from. Like you remember some certain scene and you cannot find it.
This may be before you, but do you remember The Day After?
The Day After.
That dropped and half the country like freaked the hell out and like anxiety meds tripled and everything. It was about the nuclear holocaust and it came out in like 81, 82 when tensions were high. And it showed the nukes landing, and it was about the day after the nukes landed, what the world was like.
To where you have the classic footage that you think, that they always use to describe a nuclear bomb. But notice how those cameras always survive those video recordings.
Gutenberg?
What?
Gutenberg? Steve Gutenberg was in it?
Maybe. I don't know. I was like 8. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the details. I just remember it because it messed up my sister, which I shouldn't say that online, but it did.
So I remember a movie with, I can only remember the two main actors, John Lithgow and Steve Gutenberg, called The Day After.
It might be. I don't know. I can't Google right now, so. I could try, but I wouldn't be able to see anything. Uh-oh. There's that bee again.
The what?
The bee's buzzing again.
Is it?
It's not bad.
For somebody who's half deaf, you hear a lot better than I do.
I have ear headset on. You don't.
Huh.
You don't hear it?
No.
Trust me, it's there. Hopefully it stays away. Bad bee, bad.
I'm going to say, well, You're wearing headphones. I'm not wearing headphones.
You got your buds in?
Could it be? Could it be your headphones?
No. Every other time it's been his mic. Why would it be my headphones?
Well, every other
I
time
talked to
I
him
could
for
hear it.
4 hours earlier today on these headphones on the phone, and it never did it.
Yeah, Steve Gutenberg is in it.
Okay, so that's probably the one then.
And Lithgow.
So there you go. That's the one. What year?
81.
81.
Or 80, 83. 83.
83. Okay. I can remember the next day and going to school, and everybody was like freaked out. Oh, like it was just a movie. You guys don't watch horror much, do you? People thought I was insane.
Yeah, I remember. I remember because there was a time, again, basic television, no kind of cable. It was always reruns of movies and stuff when they had the Saturday matinee or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And there was that. There was Tarantula,
Oh
the one
yeah.
about the big tarantula dunes. That movie, that lady holds up her hand to shoot the spider off her hand and ends up blowing half her hand off.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. And then
Good
the
stuff.
ant movie. You remember like the poisonous ants or the ants that like
Yeah.
trap the people in the hotel room? They got to roll up the paper to breathe through them.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the one about the killer bees, where the lady like fell on forward on her horn and the horn wouldn't shut off and the horn attracted the bees, so like millions of bees landed on her Volkswagen and she had to drive it through town to try to find some place to help her get out, and then they started coming in through her air conditioning. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yes, there were
I
so
think
many.
it was called Swarm or something like that.
It probably was. That sounds like
And those were made for TV movies back when TV was an event. Do you remember Poseidon Adventure? And the
I
towering.
remember.
Gene Hackman was a preacher, and a
Yeah.
boat tipped over.
Yeah,
Do you remember Towering Inferno
barely.
with Steve McQueen and another Paul Newman?
Mm.
I forgot about Paul Newman.
The ranch guy?
Yeah, the ranch guy.
The ranch guy.
Was it Newman's Own
Mhm.
or
Yes.
something like that?
He makes pizza too. He's got
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff now. I think he's dead, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he died quite a while ago.
So somebody's making money off his name and picture.
But all the proceeds go to charity.
Hmm.
Who's
Allegedly,
she? Was
says
that
it on the
his lover?
box. Charity. Give it up for Chastity.
No, Chastity don't suck.
Wait for Destiny.
Destiny. Jesus. Yep, a lot of vintage
Thank you.
movies from back in the day.
Towering Inferno was amazing, man. The whole thing was about a giant skyscraper that a fire started, and it was a brand new skyscraper, so they didn't have like they opened it to the public too early because the fire extinguishers and stuff weren't working or anything. And
Or
Steve
distributed
McQueen was head of security, and Paul Newman was the fire chief. It's a good little movie. If you've never seen it, give it a watch. It's fun. Jay's like, I'm out. Ed won't shut the hell up. I'm leaving.
Oh, the dog is about to lick a hole through his cone.
Lucky son of a bitch. I don't know.
Like,
I tried that once and fell on my head.
look,
The error that just crossed your face.
I didn't know how to process what he just said.
Puppo wears a cone because he has a very bad licking habit. Like, this dog feels like he licks this cone 20 hours out of the day.
Wow.
And it's just a nervous habit because he's a cattle dog. So, energy. So much energy.
Oh, I hate sitting around. I need something to do.
Oh, it's because I'm not down on the ground like holding him.
Is it
He's one of those dogs.
being too I don't know, snoopy to ask why he's wearing a cone?
Oh, because he chews and he licks too much. He's got allergies.
On
real bad.
himself? Oh, he's got allergies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Remember my niece that got bit in the face by
Mhm.
her dog?
Mhm.
Her dog had allergies so bad that his ears would split and
Mm,
ooze, and they had to do surgery on it and all kinds of stuff. And
from
Yeah.
shaking his head so much.
it was from allergies. I don't know what caused them to split, but they said that it
Well,
was normal for dogs like that.
what actually happens there is they shake their heads so much, and each time that their head, their ears smacking their heads, when they do it so hard, sometimes they'll actually break blood vessels in their ears, and they can develop cauliflower ear. Dogs can. I actually had one that he had a blood blister going on in his ear and didn't get him to the vet before it actually solidified, and then one of his ears stopped standing up, and it was just down all the time on the one side, so it looked like he was crooked.
Yeah, he giving him a shower one time, he shook his head too close to the glass wall there.
Mm.
Gave himself a hematoma of the ear.
Mm.
He's just and he constantly need like they tell you that dogs don't like being hugged, it makes them nervous and all that stuff. Not our dog.
It depends on the dog.
Yeah. Our dog wants to be in your lap and wants you hugging him constantly.
Yep, that's how mine was.
Yep, the girl puppy, she'll give you a hug. You just kneel down a little bit, and you're like, she puts both of her paws up on your shoulders, and the oldest dog, she does hugs too, or used to, when she was a little bit more mobile, agile and stuff, but she ain't going on her hind legs and feet up in the air no more. She's 15.
So what was the general consensus about Superman, if that's what you guys were talking about earlier? Everybody excited?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's one or two that he it's not that he wasn't excited, but he said this guy gets his ass kicked almost as much as the Superman and Lois Superman. And well, like I said, he voiced his opinion in a way that I was like, okay, but I said, but if you think about it, at least Superman and Lois, Tyler Hoechlin's Superman, when he was depowered, he could fight.
Yep, he kicked the crap out of Lex.
Tom, man, I think the first time, God, it must have been like season 8, maybe season 7. He's fighting Zod. Spoiler alert for anybody who's not seen that show that's 14 years old now.
Tom who?
Tom Welling.
Willie.
Smallville.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's depowered, and the first time I saw him actually connect with a punch, I was like, they finally taught him to fight after 7 seasons. Like, how can you be that big and not know how to throw a punch?
Well, and it's not like when you're Superman, you don't know how to punch. You know how to punch. You're just making it.
What you're saying right now was what I was yelling at the original Superman movie. Because Christopher Reeve was like a foot and a half taller than that dude in the freaking diner.
Yeah.
And he couldn't throw a punch. He like slapped like a girl. I'm like, wait a minute. When you're Superman, you're but now you what? You could still
But
punch.
obviously trying to keep persona.
But he didn't have any powers. Oh, that was the second Superman movie. I said the first one. That was Superman 2. My bad.
Yes.
That was the only
Superman
thing I
2 is
didn't
when
like
he gave
about
up the
Superman 2.
powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he got him back because he found the green crystal after the guy kicked his ass.
Mm-hmm.
I just went with it. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
I loved the 3 criminals breaking out of not the neutral zone, Phantom Zone.
Phantom Zone.
I was stuck in Star Trek for a minute.
No, that was Zod. Terrence Stamp or Terrence Howard?
Yes, Terrence Stamp. He went on to voice Jor-El in Smallville.
He went on and did a lot of good movies too that people didn't recognize him because he was older.
Yeah.
He was in a lot of good movies. I can't name them off the top of my head, but he was in quite a few of them.
He was in Yes Man. If you will not come to Terrence, Terrence will come to you.
There was Ursa, Zod,
None.
and Non. There you go. Yeah.
Trying to use his eyes. It's the best. It's like the guy was trying to squeeze out a juicy one. Instead, he was trying to get his eyes to work.
Oh wow! I didn't realize Non was still alive.
Oh yeah. She just died because she was. I met her a couple of times at cons in Detroit. Ursa, right? Ursula's off Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Ursa, right? And Ursula was Little Mermaid.
Doesn't say she died.
She's not dead? I thought she just died. Okay, maybe she's not dead. She got better.
She was dead, but she got better.
I'm not dead. Yes, he is taking.
Bring out your dead.
I'm feeling better. No, you're not.
She turned me into a newt.
A newt? Build a bridge over. Sorry.
Burn her
with huge tracts of land.
Yes. Very good.
Oh God, I need to watch that. It's been a minute since I've watched.
None shall pass.
It's been a minute since I watched.
Thou shalt not. After he gets run over. Sorry, South Park, for those people who think we've lost our mind.
Yeah. I just watched the handy car episode earlier. I was driving a handy car long before they paid me to.
Remember the finger bang episode?
No, not at all.
God. They made an all girl. Oh yeah, you smart.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
trolling me now. I see what you did there.
Finger bang. Oh no.
Because later on, when Stan makes a death metal band with some of his friends, they're trying to shoot a biopic about them, and they end up screwing it all up. So they just end up singing "Finger Bang" at the end of it. They brought it back after all that time.
Did you just say biopic? I love you, Jay.
Yeah. Biopic, bionic. I don't know. Biopic. Love you too. How do you say it, man? I don't use the word a lot.
Listen, it. That's how.
It?
You said, how do you say it? It. No, that's ugh. It's biopic.
Okay.
It stands for biographical picture. But you're good. I knew what you meant. I was just playing with you. A little bit. For free. Didn't charge you a count.
GIF or GIF?
It's Jif, like peanut butter.
That makes me sad.
I'm sorry. That's how it's pronounced.
I thought it was graphic interface something.
It is. It totally is, but they pronounce it Jif. Don't ask me why. They do.
Okay.
Just like George. It's not Georgi. I don't know why. I always said GIF too, and then I learned when I got older that it's GIF. I'm like, okay.
I'm going to start calling them Giraffics.
Jurassic Park?
Giraffics. Gotta make some graphics. Speaking of which, is that a movie that I know that those dinosaur movies still make billions of dollars. Is that a movie that anybody's excited for? Like, personally?
Not me.
They're just cash grabs for me at this point. I think the second Chris Pratt movie, the Fallen Kingdom one.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, that one I wasn't a huge fan. I liked the first Chris Pratt movie. That wasn't too bad. It was, felt like a fresh take, like could stand alone, but wasn't too reliant on the other. Well, like you got the first three, and 2 and 3 hinge on stuff from the first one, obviously, but they always have to loop it back somehow. That there's always some new island that they find, essentially, and it's like, what the hell? How many islands are there? You know. So whenever they were creating a theme park again, it seemed like, oh, okay, fresh
Because the
start.
first one was so well. What a great idea! Let's make another theme park.
Right.
Great move.
You know, which seems like something that probably would happen in real life. You know,
I'm
we could
telling
do
you,
it better
they're
this time.
trying to clone them right now.
Oh, I'm sure. With dino DNA.
Dinosaur. You know that Jurassic Park 4, I read this a long time ago, that it was supposed to be human dinosaur hybrids was what they were going to go
Now
with.
that might have been cool.
Now, is
I don't
4
know.
considered to be the Chris Pratt one?
I think it was before they were going to do that one.
I gotcha. So in that one's place.
Yeah.
When
It
I
was
saw
one of those
the first
movies
one
they were
in
gonna
the
do that.
theater, I loved it. It was great. It was new. The dinosaurs looked incredible.
Oh God, yeah.
And then I saw the second one, and they totally ripped off King Kong in almost every way except with the T-Rex. And I was like, okay, that's enough. Don't make another one. And then they made another one, and I didn't watch no more.
3 wasn't too bad. I enjoyed 3 actually more than I did 2.
Well,
I
2
don't
was
know
terrible.
what
I didn't enjoy it at all. I hated 2.
see,
Stupid T-Rex running around New York. I'm like, wow,
My-
that's so original. And they brought him there on a boat. Oh, really? Where'd you get that idea from?
my issue with Jaws is almost the same as what y'all just said. Hold on, listen. Let me finish. When you said we already built the park once, why would we do it again?
Mhm.
Okay. When Brody suspects a shark attack in Jaws 2, why does Larry do the same damn thing basically that he does in the first movie?
Like
Because
it's
he's a
first time.
politician.
Yeah, but come on, man. Now your son's out in the water? Come on.
Dude, why the hell did he insist on staying open on the 4th of July when the little boy got eaten?
Boating accident.
Money, politician, stupid.
Still though, you messed up the first time doing that. Maybe you listened to Brody. And y'all, if y'all have never read the actual books, I got a Reader's Digest that has Jaws 2 in it. Man, there's so much stuff I wish. I want a director's cut.
Mhm.
I want some kind of cut that adds in all the stuff from the books that got left out. The
Amen.
whole mafia plot. Dude.
Is
Oh
that
my
such a
goodness.
small story that it fits in a Reader's Digest?
Yeah.
Really?
It's the abridged edition.
Gotcha.
But there's so much stuff. I was like, I've read it quite a few times, and I'm like, dude, this should have been in the movie.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They're great reads. I say that about just about every Stephen King book too. I wish they'd have done the movie like the book.
I was like,
But the first Jaws, oh, that's near perfection. I
Oh
love
yeah,
that movie.
yeah. No, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. But when it gets
Somebody
to the
asked me my
point-
favorite movie of all time, and I say it's a split, but Halloween wins by an inch. It's Halloween and Jaws. I love those 2 movies. They're perfect. They started something new. It was fresh, and it just took off after, because after Jaws came Orca, and after Orca came
Orca.
Orca, yeah. Deep
Yes.
cuts there, huh? Most people, when I say Orca, go, wasn't that the name of the boat on Jaws? I'm like, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong,
Yes, it
but
was.
they
it was also
killed that
weird.
orca's baby or took it. I can't remember. It's been very long.
They killed the mother, and while it was hanging, dying, it gave birth. They didn't even know she was pregnant. But then the dead baby fell into the water, and the daddy whale got pissed.
That's what it was. Okay. I just remember that really horrible scene where the orca bites the chick's legs off.
Oh
and
yeah,
it, like,
great
it's
scene.
so bad.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's so
Awesome.
bad.
Come on, it's awesome.
Oh goodness.
And the main guy in it is the original Dumbledore from Harry Potter. I can't remember his
Yes.
name right now. The guy, he died anyway, and they had to replace him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
even the movie Gladiator too.
You didn't see that one?
You didn't see Gladiator?
No,
With Russell
I've never
Crowe?
really been into like Spartacus type movies. Those have never really done it for me. I don't know why.
He likes to fight.
Everybody likes 300 too, and I watched like half an hour of it, was bored to death, and turned it off.
Fight
For some reason, those just don't do it for me.
Well, you said it. Fight in the shade.
Mhm.
Let's see. It's not Michael Michael Giamboni, because I think that was
It's
the
not
guy.
him.
That was the guy that.
When you say it, I'll know it, but I can't think of it right now. I can almost say it, but I can't.
His name is Robert Paulson.
Oh, yeah, that's him.
Let's see. Played by
I'm gonna beat you there.
Richard Harris.
There you go. That's it. Jay wins.
Michael Gambon played the second one.
Mm.
I had no clue who the second one
I
was.
believe they both died.
Well, probably. They're both 100 now. I'm actually surprised that...
That's right. Gambon did just recently pass, didn't he?
Mhm.
Past few years.
Ian McClellan, I'm surprised he's still around. He's got to be getting up there.
Shut your mouth. You don't say those things.
Sir, Ian McKellen's going to live forever, damn it.
And as soon as you say something like that, there's like, I swear the radio show here that's local, as soon as they mention something like, I haven't really seen anything from them in a while, 2 days later, they're dead. They did it to Bruce Reynolds or Burt Reynolds. Who else? There's been a couple of celebrities that they were like.
There was some folks in the chat on Monday trying to put Sylvester Stallone in the ground. And I was like, no, y'all, Sly Stone.
Right.
But there was
there's a little difference.
There was a rumor going on at that same time, though, that Sylvester Stallone died too.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to look it up. I was like, nah. This is the Croc from Crocodile Dundee all over again.
Do you remember Farrah Fawcett, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she used to do a lot of the charities for the hungry kids and all that.
Yeah.
And she died like the day after Michael Jackson died or whatever. And as soon as that happened, I came up with a joke that got me so much hate. I'm like, why did Farrah Fawcett die? To protect the children in heaven.
Oh, goodness.
Everybody hated me for that one.
No, they died the same day.
Or was it the same day? I thought it was like the next day, but
no, his death kind of overshadowed hers.
Okay.
I want to say that there was a lot of people who died within like a couple of weeks, and that's why South Park did that Dead Celebrities episode.
Could be.
I remember there was 1 year where it felt like almost every other day there was somebody. I was like, damn.
Billy Mays. Well, you could just name them all right there off of that episode. They were all in there.
It'll take just 2 easy steps for me to go over there and whoop your ass.
Billy Mays.
Oh God. Yeah. There was there's a channel that my old boss introduced me to called Epic Rap Battles of History. And there was Ben Franklin versus Billy Mays.
Oh Lord.
And during one of Billy Mays' verses, he dies. He has the heart attack. And the freaking Vince, the ShamWow guy, comes in and does the rest of it. It's so funny.
That sounds amazing.
If y'all have never watched that, Epic Rap Battles of History, like there's a ton of them now. But they used to be they would take real characters and do that, and then they started doing like Napoleon Dynamite versus Napoleon Bonaparte and stuff like that. But some of them are really freaking good.
What was the show that Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yep.
You reminded me of that one where they had clay figures killing each other in the ring.
Yep.
That was great.
Yeah, they brought it back for a little while. It's on Paramount Plus.
And when they did Tanya Harding versus oh God, what's her name?
Nancy Kerrigan.
Yes, Nancy Kerrigan. That was the best. Dude, as bad as annoying as that story was, it happened here in Detroit. It was on the news every day for like 2 years. I'm like, oh my God, will you please shut up about the pipe in the knee? And why? I had to hear that every day for like 2 years. I was like, oh my God, should have aimed higher.
I think there's a South Park episode that uses that
There
clip
is.
too.
There is. It totally is.
Well, I'd rather watch that on repeat than ever see the tape again with Tanya Harding.
Tape? Was they planning the murder or the
No.
attack or something?
It was
Oh,
a,
don't
it
tell me she did a sex
was,
tape.
it was a spicy tape.
Ooh. Ooh. Yuck.
Yeah, basically.
That's definitely not the Precious.
Basically.
No, she's no Margot Robbie, that's for sure.
It was so much fun, dude. Jay, Nope, and I watching that South Park episode together remotely. Oh my God, we were laughing because he'd never seen it before. It was great. I told him, I'm like, we need to do something like this on the channel. Now he wants to do some movie watches, which could be cool.
Well, it's
I'm
like,
telling you, for some reason they can do that on Patreon.
well, and I guess the thought that I had to get around that would be you don't play video or audio at all on this, but all you do is you just put a little timer up there in the top corner, that just follows along, and if you jump in on the live stream, say right now, we're watching a 3-hour movie, you look up at the timer and that's where you jump to on your movie to catch up where we're at versus guessing where we are.
That is super different. I don't think I've seen that before.
I haven't either.
Because like Rob and them, they talk about it, but not like in order of the movie as it's going with like a commentary, which sometimes could be funny.
You're giving away our secrets.
I'll shut up.
No, don't. I'm just teasing. Don't do that. Really? That's what it took to get you offended?
Offended.
What? Huh?
I don't know
Fine,
about
I'll
offended,
shut
but
up.
it's more like, yeah, you're probably right. You're gonna start seeing that trend pop up.
If the 3 people that are watching right now, which I appreciate, who's ever in
It's
here
the 3
still.
of us.
Oh, it is? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
because I still have it on my TV, and I'm sure you guys both do too.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, good time. That's so
You need
great.
to cut this part out before you.
No, that's too damn funny.
I don't
dude.
want our ideas getting
Oh,
put out
that
there.
part? Well, somebody watches this on the rewind and they watch all the way to this part.
They need some therapy.
Yeah.
But no, once we figured out how to do the screen share thing, that was so fun watching that South Park together.
Barring all that, that's a good idea.
With him never seeing it before, and I'm like, you gotta watch it. I'll watch it with you. Let's make it happen.
That's
The
why
Precious, give us the Precious.
I have 2 of the banned episodes because I have season 4. I don't know what happened to the rest of my seasons, but I have season 14 that has 2 of the 5 banned episodes that aren't on Max.
I think I have every episode. So
because you the ones on Max, like the one with the celebrities when they come back, and you get like the rest of the Scott Tenorman story. It's like Scott Tenorman's Revenge. Those 2 episodes were cut out.
I wonder why. Oh, because I'm Mohammed.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's why a couple of the episodes were, honestly. So, because I keep going to look for them, and one day I was like, you know what? I've watched the whole thing, first season to last, like 6 times now, and never came across those episodes. And I was like, that episode is supposed to be here. So I went and looked it up, and it was like, sure enough, the 2 episodes I was looking for were both banned. They were back-to-back episodes. So it's like, fine.
You noticed that when he goes to no camera, this thing says 2.
I'm still here. Watch yourself.
Right now, it looks like RWA.
I see RW. Yeah.
Almost C. It's almost a C. Not quite cut off enough.
Oh my good God.
You must have seen the final score.
Yeah, flipping football and bitches.
How bad did it get?
58.
Was it still 31?
No, they got a few more, but it was still in the 30s. I'm going to go to the championship game and give up 58 points.
Just random football and bitches. I was like, what? What is happening?
I had to see the score. It was killing me to not know. Now it killed me to know. See what
It's like I'm going to go off camera in case my jaw drops.
Or I had to go off camera to close the lid and see the TV. That's okay. It's all right. They got there. That's what matters. Yay. And there was much rejoicing. Yay.
I don't know what happened here, but it feels like all of my layouts just changed. So I'm glad I had this certain one.
Dumbass, behave yourself. It's not time.
Yeah, stop messing with my shit.
The incursion is later. Stop it.
Incursion.
Whoa.
Oh, no, there's that one. Okay. Huh. That's really strange. Like,
that's weird.
These are all set up a certain way. And, like, the names changed on it. Maybe there was some kind of update that I didn't realize.
Oh, just so you know, you use Filmora, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the update, if you install it, it, like, completely changed everything. It took me forever to find stuff.
It does. I can't even remember what version.
I don't know why they do that. They just do it.
I had an update the other day.
Yeah. I was able to find stuff again, but it's just so annoying. It erased my favorites, so I had to find my templates again for like the fade out, fade in, roll out, roll in. That's why all of my endings are different, because I was playing with the other ones. I'm like, oh, that one's kind of cool. I'll leave that one in there.
Playing with it.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
But you'll mind.
I've clipped that out, and now I just send that to people randomly. No, that's what she said. My little look thing. I basically made it a GIF, but
dude, that thing was perfect. The way you timed the look you had on your face, it was perfect. That was good.
I want to say it was a simple trick, but it was getting the timing of. I took a snapshot of the look, and then I had to put it on top of the video, and put it just right to where the frame didn't change size. But after I got it, I was like, okay. And then I just went and I found an audio clip of that's what she said. I was looking for that particular one too. I don't know if you ever watched The Office. Okay, well there's a time where like the bigwigs come in and tell Michael he can't be inappropriate, can't tell his jokes anymore. So Jim, played by John Krasinski, was like, does that include That's What She Said? And Michael Scott, which is Steve Carell's character, is like, unfortunately, yes.
Boy, that's going to be hard for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you've always kept me smiling. And
I don't know how you're going to go all day like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you've always left me satisfied.
Yeah. So then he just blurts out, "That's what she said."
That's what she said.
I was looking for that clip in particular. Because I had a couple of those during the video. I was like, man, I don't want to overplay that. But there was something else that I said that I caught it after I said it, and I didn't know my face did that. Just like with that, I didn't think about doing that look until after I said it. There's a look I give that I didn't think about it. Like I didn't think I was giving that look until I was watching back while I was editing. And I was like, oh, I made another look there. That first one though was planned. Not the whole bit, but once I said that's a thick one, my brain went, okay, give a look to the camera. So I was like, okay. I've got a couple of things before we go. Like I said, now it's just BS and like normal, but I got some shorts planned out. I got one that's dropping probably. I don't know if I want to drop it Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll see. I'll have another Valiant books you should read, and a couple other ones. We might have some more reviews out. If y'all haven't checked, Sean's got a review out. It's basically a recut of God Country that he did quite a while back. When we first started, he got inspired. He said, "Well, when you recut yours, I want to see if I can get something out of this." And I was like, "Okay." So he recut it. God Country is literally one of his favorite books. Sean will be the first to admit he used to be if he didn't like the art style, he couldn't read the book at all. He had to like the art. The art had to be perfect to him. And he said, and it's not that the art in God Country is bad. It's just very different. But when he gave it a shot and read it, he's like, the art fit the story. So he said after that, he got out of his head about the art. And that's still to this day one of his favorite books that he tells people about. So make sure you check that one out. He's going to be doing some more stuff. Just unfortunately, Sean works like 15-hour days sometimes, and he's working a 4-on, 2-off schedule. So he's trying to get back into it slowly but surely. So just so everybody knows, the channel isn't just me. There's 3 of us. It's Jenna and Sean. But it's just them finding the time because I work from home. I can do stuff in between my shows. So I already asked y'all if y'all had anything planned.
We got lots of stuff planned, but it's just making it happen. And we have to figure out what new stuff we can do now that we're authenticated or whatever the hell they call it, verified or whatever the hell it's called. Which, for a 6-second video, took about 3 hours. They won't let you do it on a computer.
It has to be a phone?
It has to be a phone. And my phone is like 10 years old. So I tried it, and it still wouldn't work. And we tried that for what, probably an hour? No, at least on my phone, probably.
Something like that.
And then finally I'm like, well, maybe it's because the iOS on my phone is so old. So I went and got my tablet, tried it, still didn't work. What in the bloody hell? So then I had to go through and give permissions to every friggin' thing I could find, and it finally worked on the tablet. So what should have took 6 seconds took 3 hours because they only wanted you to use a phone. I'm like, why would they limit it to phone? I mean, there's people who don't have smartphones. But there was no computer option. It specifically said you have to take this video on a phone. So people must just wait 2 months or do the absolute stupidest thing you could possibly do and take a picture of your driver's license and send it to them. Which anyone who does that, please friend me on Facebook. You can trust me.
Friend him for the funny stuff, but watch your bank account.
No, I would never do that, but it's just why there's no way in hell you could ever talk me into taking a picture of my driver's license and sending it to someone. That is not going to happen. And it's people who do that is why people who are like that make the money they make.
That's
and
true.
why
Now,
people like me got to teach people like me to stop people like them from doing what they're doing.
yeah. Now, for those who might not know this, and this is me included, what was the video of? Was it just they needed a video of your face?
You have to do this. Just like a mugshot. And the stupid thing is it shows you the arrow on the screen. So after you've turned your head, how the hell are you supposed to see the arrow point the other way? So I'm kind of doing trying to. It was stupid. It was absolutely stupid. The whole process. It had me so infuriated. Nope was laughing. I'm like, I'm so mad right now. I could throw this thing.
Yeah, because I did it the other day, but it just synced up to my regular email that's hooked up through my phone. And I went, that's not the one that I wanted to use. And then it wouldn't let me undo it or go back. And I was done.
I thought he was hacking our channel. See what happens when he buys the record book? He's trying to hack our channel when he's already an admin. What the hell's up with that?
This guy's taking this book too seriously.
Yeah. Well, like I told y'all before, I'm super glad now that y'all are verified because there are some things that you can do to help yourselves out. You can post your links, you can pin stuff finally, and all that.
Yeah, we were able to pin the short of the interview we did to the long interview, and we were able to pin his Monty Python short. Which, people, if you haven't watched Nope's Monty Python video, first of all, shame on you.
Yes.
Second of all, you need to watch it. It's great. The way that his mind worked, I was so proud. It was like he was my son. Shut up, Nope.
Oh
No, it's amazing, and
Yeah.
it's a freaking crime that it only has 50 views. I'm like, what? That's a, and then that's why I was so happy when his short took off. And then it wasn't even. This is the best part, and it's not no offense to you, Nope. But this is the best part. We spent hours editing this crap and nothing happens. He literally took a clip that ends bizarrely with a weird noise, has no flash to it, and it goes viral. I'm like, what the actual hell is going on? Because his original video, it's so intricate. The way his mind fought with the pictures was just beauty personified.
Yeah.
And it goes nowhere. And it's only 5 minutes long. Really, 5 minutes. People can't take 5 minutes out of their life, but they'll go and watch the freaking Titanic. What the hell is wrong with you people? 5 minutes. It's one of the best videos you're going to see on YouTube. He bought a Monty Python game, and he matched parts of the movie of the Holy Grail to the game, and you should be watching it. And if you're not, Jenna will fight you. You need to watch it. There. Love to you, station. Am I wrong, Jay? Did I lie at all?
No, not at all.
It's a thing of beauty.
And while you were,
the only thing we might want to do now that we're certified is we might want to re-release it if we can without that music, so nothing bad happens.
Go in there and work on it, probably too.
Well, I don't think you really got to work much on it, other than that song is too long. And even if you just broke it into bits.
That's what I mean by work on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or just turn the volume down on it. That might work too, because that's what I did for the videos I haven't released yet, that are ready to be released.
Then add a voiceover to it, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, because the ones that I made with music, when I turned it down past the copyright, and remember when we did your Monty Python one, it flagged it, but it said it was allowed. So it knows that it's copywritten, but it said that the owner allows it to be used.
Yeah.
Which probably means it's okay, but now that we're verified, we might want to think about it before it blows up, since it's still at 50. And sometimes, like Jay said, when you repost a video, sometimes it goes viral. Yeah. So it might be a good time to do it. Don't do anything to the short. The short's perfect, but
yeah, the claims you never have to worry about because we get claims all the time. Anytime I do a reaction video, always get claims, always. So
really,
yeah. There's some
that hasn't
channels
happened to
out there,
me yet, unless that's why my views are going away.
No. There's some channels out there that they don't even do reaction videos anymore because for whatever reason, they get strikes. And strikes you never want to get, because strikes would be the things that will put you in week and 90 days.
Well, I'm going to figure out a way to do a reacher one way or another. When season 4 comes out, I'm going to react to every episode, even if it's just using pictures and my thoughts. I'm obsessed with that show. And when he released that book thing, I was so excited to know what book it was going to be.
See, something to look forward to, folks. 2026. Play-by-play by like the Reacher fanatic here. I mean, I dig the show, but damn, Ed's got some of these seasons memorized.
Pretty much. It's sad, but yes, you're not wrong.
Is that sad? That's awesome.
I'm like the only male in the Alan Richardson fan club, and that's how I knew about the book. And I admit that openly without fear of my masculinity. But I love Reacher. Alan's okay too, but I love Reacher. It's so weird hearing him talk like Alan though, because he has like this high pitched, innocent voice, and you're so used to Reacher. It's just weird.
I'm telling you.
But at least he wasn't British. Finally, a show that's not got British people in it.
True.
Not that I hate British people, mate, but
going from Aquaman to Thad Castle to Reacher is such a broad dynamic in acting range.
Thad Castle? What's that?
Thad Castle from a show called Blue Mountain State.
Okay.
It was when what was it? TNN became Spike TV. They were putting their like racier programs. It's basically a college football team called the Goats.
Okay, I'm in.
And he's in that. He's so freaking funny. Like they have this thing called a cookie race. And the race is you take an Oreo.
Man, I thought Nope was moving in for a kiss there for a minute. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. You put the cookie between your butt cheeks and you power walk, and whoever.
And like, it shows this?
Yeah.
I have no interest in watching that show now. You just gave me the Centipede flashbacks.
Oh, it's not that bad. You've seen Reach Your Butt before. They don't show them put the cookie in there.
Reach Your Butt before.
You'd be fine.
That was awesome.
So
You've seen Reach Your Butt before?
They do this power walk, and whoever loses has to eat the cookie. Have to eat their cookie.
Are they at least wearing jock straps?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, this was Spike TV. This was still like basic cable.
We used to do stupid shit like that.
They got away. Another one, they have a fake dick dealer because they're going to get drug tested.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the kids steals one that somebody decorates to do his piss test with. It's a funny show, man. It's so funny. Like, I don't like football, but I like football things. Like, I love football movies. And I love football TV shows as long as they're good. Like Necessary Roughness was one of my favorite movies, but also Any Given Sunday, Varsity Blues. Like, I love those movies. I just can't personally.
You ever seen The Program?
That's the one where
I love that one. That's the one where they had to cut out the Land on the Road thing.
Yes. Yep. I remember that one.
I have the original with the road scene. Ooh.
Yeah, but you get a chance, check it out. It's super funny, and just seeing.
What was it called again? I forgot.
I'll message it. Blue Mountain State.
Blue Mountain State. So that must be the name of the university, I'm assuming?
Yes. And it's basically everything I dreamt college would be. I never went to college, but it's one of those shows where it's like a college football team.
Yeah.
You basically like drugs everywhere, women everywhere, cheerleaders.
So it's accurate.
Yeah. Booster club, sending you friends over on your first day. Yeah. It's a fun show. It just if nothing else, you got to look up clips of him screaming. It's Thad.
Oh no!
Because the fact, oh my god, it's so.
This is gonna crush me, isn't it?
That's why it's Aquaman, Thad, Reacher.
Wow.
Because his screams are some of the funniest. Oh, there's one where they have a girl with no arms, and.
Why is that funny? Why did I just laugh? I am a horrible person. What the hell is funny about that?
Two of the characters get messed up. They're popping pills and all this other stuff. They decide to build her arms out of like Pringle cans and a pair of gloves. Well, they just spent all night doing drugs, and Thad is out on the field. And he sees this woman running at him, and he just... It's like the highest pitched scream you can imagine a human being doing. It's so funny. There's also a Netflix movie called Blue Mountain State: Rise of Thadland.
What do you call a woman with no arms standing at attention? Peg. I have way too many jokes. I did stand up to get my way through college. So, sorry. Forgive me.
What do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef.
Where do you find a cow with no legs? Wherever you left it.
That's true. Poor Bessie.
Let's do dad jokes for the next hour. That'll be excellent. You can take little clippets. I'm just joking. Little Miss Muffet, Senator Tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider, sat down beside her, and said, "Hey, what's in the bowl, bitch?" That's Dice's. That's not mine.
My goodness.
You name a nursery rhyme that he did, and I know it. I guarantee you, because I had all of his cassettes. Yes, no, I said cassettes.
Cassettes.
Yeah, they were like before.
I had
CDs.
cassettes.
Well, I wasn't necessarily talking to you, but there might be some younger people in the audience. They were before CDs. And if you don't remember CDs, those were before MP3s.
You don't eat them like you do Tide Pods. For you younger folk.
I thought that was a joke, but folks, I worked at a grocery store. And
oh my God, you ate one?
After a while, no, I opened it up and put it in my vape and I vaped it.
Dude,
no.
Your lungs must be clean.
They are. My mind's dirty, but my lungs are clean.
And so fresh, too.
We had to put tags on the Tide Pods.
Do not eat.
Do not eat. No.
Limit one pack.
Oh, my God. Look, here's what I said. I take the Darwin approach to it.
Yeah, me too.
If they're dumb enough to eat it, let them get
Nope
sick.
and I were just talking about that on the phone the other day, or maybe it was today even.
Probably today.
Just take the labels off and stop the gene pool. Stop the gene pool.
You know, if you don't know to not use a blow dryer in the shower,
Dude, it all started with a Pepsi bottle that said "open other end." I mean, if you seriously are sitting there staring at a glass bottom of a bottle and you don't know that that's not the end you open, put the damn pot down and have a glass of water. You get your cup of coffee at a restaurant. Contents are hot. Well, no shit. Really? Yeah. Please, sir, may I have some more?
I was thinking Quest for Fire.
Oh, jeez. I forgot about that. Good one.
Oh, my goodness. That just...
It reminds me of the chanting part of the Holy Grail where they hit themselves in the head with the thing of the stone tablets. And then all the while in the background, you know, it took me probably 2 or 3 views of that movie before I noticed someone swinging a cat into a wall. Because you could hear the cat going, meow, meow, but I could never figure out what it was. And then I noticed in the background that someone has a cat by the tail smacking them against the wall for no reason. Just while they're walking by, hitting themselves with the tablets. There's a dude in the background smacking a cat against a wall.
Not a wall, a rug.
Oh, was it a rug?
Beating the dust out of a rug.
It's been a long time since I saw it. But I never noticed that until like the third time I watched it. I'm like, oh my God, that's what the cat noise is from. And I lost it. I was laughing uncontrollably for like 20 minutes. And my sister didn't notice that the angels stuck the flutes up their butts to blow them at the beginning until like the second or third time we watched it. And she's like, oh! I'm like, really? You just noticed that? How do you not notice that? But that's all good. And Nope's girlfriend has a coconut bra, and he forgot to include that in his video. That was a bummer. That would have been so awesome, clicking the coconuts together. That would have been amazing.
I've seen them used for cosplay, too. Funny enough.
You think I'm kidding, don't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, you're not.
Yeah, he does.
Come on, Patsy.
Oh, Jay was playing along and you stopped. Go ahead, Jay, ride. Now come to a stop. Beautiful. Oscar to you, Oscar to you.
Brave the robin ran away. He bravely ran away.
No, I didn't.
And the minstrel died, and there was much rejoicing. Yay!
Oh,
Now, when it's dark, you, Sir Galahad, and I jump out of the giant. Who does? Mr. Galahad and I. Who does? Oh, damn. I know, we build a giant wooden badger.
oh, good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
Jay's like, enough of this nonsense. I'm killing this live.
Well, I
Or we'll
think
get taken off YouTube.
I think we're gonna end it. I will see the two of you in the back room.
If you leave
And-
me now, you'll take away the biggest part of
Ooh, no, baby, please don't go. Butters. Butters.
Peace, everyone.
Take care.
Hydra, hail Hydra.
Yeah.
Come see us on our channel. As Jenna would say,
All right, later, guys. Oh, goodness. Well, I say this fairly recently sometimes. You know, at 3.5 hours, we're going to end it early. Didn't have too much to talk about this week. I think once we get to the con and once we start getting closer and closer to Superman and Fantastic Four, and I look up comics for the next couple months, have a little bit of a longer show. But as always, thanks to Ed and Nope. Always a blast having them on. Everyone is welcome. If you're watching on the rewind, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Don't have anything else to say, so everyone have a good night. Great rest of the weekend. If you're a father that stepped in, or a mom that has the role of father, happy Father's Day to you. Hope you all have an awesome rest of your week, and might see you next week. If not, check out Weird Opes. But until then, later.